What's up, family? Welcome back to the Good PizzZa podcast. I'm your host, Jay PizzZa, your favorite cannabis cuisine. We are welcoming all of you to join us and talk good pizza, smoke some good trees, and vibe out with my dog right here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment on the podcast. It really helps me a lot, and I really appreciate the support so far. A little word from our sponsors, Amwerta. If you're into mob movies and you like mob t-shirts, swag, and apparel, there's no better website to go to than Amwerta, OMWEARTA.com. Promo code Good Pizza with 3 Z's, you already know. If you're feeling generous and would like to support with your wallet, please do me a favor and go to my Patreon and subscribe. You're gonna get a bunch of behind the scenes, check out episodes early, win a chance to sit in on a live recording, and much more. I am looking for sponsors, so if you're interested, please reach out via DM on Instagram and let's lock something in. In the merch department, we got beanies dropping soon. I got 2 different designs. They're fire. Tap in, keep them ears warm, cool jeans. And we just dropped the Good Pizza rolling papers. They're live on the site. We got some good deals for y'all. And they're actually really good papers. I'm not just saying that because I sell them. I smoke what I sell. Today, folks, we have a special guest. The gentleman to the right of me has quite a story, and he grows some killer cannabis. He's actually one of my favorite cultivators who's well known for strains like the ZaLympix winner Triple Lindy, the Chef, the Answer, P90, and the list goes on. I found out he's an artist and he likes to cook too. Yes, ladies and gents, he chefs it up too. My cuisine is also an inventor of sorts, and we'll hear more about that, I'm sure. Even with his busy life growing some of the finest cannabis California can offer, he's a fiancé and a father as well, and that, my friends, is some good pizza. I'm very honored to have him on the show today, and I'm happy to call him friend. So if you could, please welcome my dog, Jordan Aguilar, from Blueprint and Cultivation to Consumption.
What's going on?
What's up, dog? How you doing, man?
What's going on? Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, yeah, thanks for coming through, man. No, I know you had a long commute, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you taking the time to mob over here.
Drive across the street.
You feel me? Yeah, man, so, God, where do we start, man? Where we always got to start, man. We got to start with the story behind the story. Right. What was little Jordan up to when he was a shorty?
Oh, man.
A kid.
Yeah. I played sports, ran around the neighborhood, Okay. Like we grew up in the, cell phones weren't a thing till freshman in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously they were maybe around before like a big Motorola flip.
Yeah.
It was like a call, not like your text and everything. So yeah, we just, we're playing, I grew up in a, conservative home. My dad's a preacher, and just, there was a certain lifestyle we lived, and I'm super thankful and blessed for it.
Yeah, man.
My dad was born in Cuba, came over when he was like 4, and just kind of, lived a little rougher life and saw the things he didn't want for himself, and, tried to teach us that.
Sure.
And so for that, we kept it cool. A lot of family stuff, playing sports, being as involved as I could.
Nice.
With good people.
What sports did you play, man?
Everything, but baseball was definitely the love. Football, basketball, did cross country, triathlons. I was just into moving.
Fuck, you were getting after it, bro.
Yeah, I would just basically get moved. I love really running long distance was like a thing. I would run to school, run home on lunch, which is about 7 miles. Run to school in the morning.
What?
Or 7 mile round. So it's 3.5 there, 3.5 back. So I'd run to school, run home at lunch, run back to school, go to sports practice, then run home from school, hop in an ice bath. Like I was religious.
What ages was this? Like circa what ages?
14.
Damn, bro.
Cross country running like that, probably at 11, 12. It was starting to really run in the middle school. I was running cross country and started running with the local high school. They're like, hey, this kid's moving it.
This kid's on his Forrest Gump right now.
And I got into high school when I was football, and it was the same season as cross country. And I was quarterback. So they're like, hey, we can't have you out running cross country, blow your ankle out. And football was way more exciting. Yeah. And so I was always, so I'd do triathlons on the side, outside of school.
Triathlons on the side, folks.
Side
of a triathlon for Jordan.
A little swim, bike, run action.
Wow.
But yeah, I was super into it. I didn't smoke weed till I was, out of high school.
Oh, no shit. Okay, Cool. So you let your baby lungs develop, smart.
And I've
bro.
like feared my father and like getting in trouble and all of it. So you know, but yeah, that was pretty much my early life, dude.
So baseball was my love too, man. Before,
cool.
Like before skateboarding was like more my speed because I was a little badass. And like in the '90s, if you were a skater, you were kind of like a fucking little thug. You know what I'm saying?
It was
super
more
fucking
rebel.
frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like nobody wanted you to skateboard. The shit wasn't on ESPN.
Yeah,
but like
it wasn't a mainstream sport by any means.
Yeah, by any means. But you know, baseball was my fucking love, bro. I love baseball, man.
Yeah,
and that was the only sport I was ever good at, man.
What position you play?
First base and shortstop.
That's right.
Yeah, so all the action, bro.
Yeah.
All the fucking action. I love that shit, man. And I can hit pretty good too. So anyway.
No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, baseball,
usually first basemen usually can swing it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know it. And look at you, you're fucking stud, quarterback of the team. Let's go,
dude. I was just happened to be the best dude for the job. I was,
okay,
you know, like
had a fucking arm on you, huh?
I mean, my arm was decent, but I like could scramble, had good field awareness.
Gotcha.
You know, so we ran a lot of options, rollouts.
Okay. I fucks
You know,
with
just
it.
get moving. I wasn't like a pocket quarterback. Like if we had an actual quarterback, I'd have been like a slot, like a Wes Welker or Renfro or whatever type of, you know, just get open, get the first downs.
Who's your team, man?
Unfortunate.
Okay. No right or wrong answer.
You know, this is an interesting question in time because, like, so I've been a Raiders fan my whole life. And,
Okay.
like, I just sit there. I'm like, why do I support you guys? Like, I don't like. They try to lose. Like, they're like, all right, guys, we're winning, but I think we could still lose. How can we do it? I got an idea, man. Let's just give the other team the ball. Oh yeah, like, so it's so brutal. But I'm a Raiders fan.
Why was
I don't
that,
even
man?
know. Yeah, if I consider a fan,
Listen,
it's brutal.
You know why I resonate with Raiders fans, bro? Because I'm a Mets fan. And we're underdog teams, bro.
Yeah.
We stick by our fucking team. We're diehard fans, bro. So it's like, I honestly fuck with the Raiders just off of that. And the colors are great. And it's just like,
Black and
the
silver.
gear's
man.
cool. You know what I'm saying? Oakland's dope, you know?
up.
Well, fuck, they're not in Oakland no more. How
That's the
weird is
thing,
that,
yeah. And
man?
I'm like local, dude. So it's like Raiders right here.
Yeah,
You know,
feel me?
squad. My dad's Raiders fan.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yep.
So any trouble in high school? Or are you just kind of keeping it straight and narrow?
Nah, I mean, like,
no sauce with pops?
so like I was definitely a class clown. Like
Okay.
I was big class clown. Yeah, like the biggest class clown. But I always got good grades.
Nice.
And I could test really well. Like I was just fortunate. Some people, school's not for them.
No,
I
for
can
sure.
hear something and I'll remember it. So I'm in this class,
you're one of those
you know,
guys.
smacking around and stuff, and I see the teacher write some stuff. I'm like, I remember what they're saying.
Got it.
You know, we'll go back to goofing around and stuff.
Yep.
And like I didn't go to school a lot. Like I was truant, so I had to write letters to the school board as to why I should pass to the next grade. You know,
Oh,
And I'm
damn,
like,
bro.
I have a 4.0, and I play sports, and
Yeah.
all right, you know, get on.
Look, what you was doing not going to school? You wasn't smoking weed or nothing?
Not like my
What you
parents
skipping
were so
school
like my
for?
parents were like so strict, but so loose on some stuff. Like I'd be like, get up,
no
I'm like,
shit.
I'm not going to school today. They're like, why not? I'm like, I don't want to. And I was like, okay, well, like, pick up the leaves in the backyard.
Got
you know?
you. They were cool with that
And
kind
like,
of shit.
yeah,
Okay.
like they were cool with it. But I enjoyed going to school, so it wasn't always like I'm not going to school. Like I like going to school because I'm seeing the homies and we're messing around. Like,
Yeah.
And I remember being in like a more advanced classes or whatever, like AP class, and
Yeah.
you know, a couple homies, they're like, come in, like, dude, we were up all night studying and stuff. I'm like, bro, what? I was playing Halo all night. And like, come and smash the test, get a better score. They're like, dude, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know, man. I got lucky.
Do you still have that memory to this day?
Yeah, I think. And, you know, sometimes that's not a good thing. You're like, you know, people have to work at a skill. You maybe get better when someone's just blessed with a skill. It's like some athletes, like they're just so gifted.
Yeah.
They make it to the pros and they kind of fizzle out. And it's that other dude that's just like chipping away, kind of like Michael Jordan. Like, he wasn't making the cut at college teams and he was grinding. He
Yeah.
had something to prove, you know? So,
Yeah.
but either way, I still can like recollect stuff pretty well.
It's good, man.
Even with all the weed, you know, they said if you smoke weed, you go stupid, but not the case. Not the case.
What was that song, bro? The song that y'all did?
This is weed, pot, cannabis, Mary Jane.
Who are you?
Yeah, I'd never heard it. Chris was like, my sister's like, you never heard this? Like, we make it real. I'm like, no, I listened to it. I'm like, this is funny as could be.
It was inspiring, bro.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
It was so good. You guys fucking every time that comes back around, I fucking get the same ass laugh, bro.
There's so much going on with that video too. Like
so much going on.
I drew that
bro.
little picture. It's like water and light.
So good, bro.
Weed.
It was so fucking good, bro.
that was hilarious.
Hell yeah. So high school, got through high school. Seems like that was a good experience.
Yeah, high school was a blast.
Didn't get anybody.
Oh, are you saying like
trouble?
Trouble, like like I had gotten in a lot of fights like in middle school and high school.
You was throwing them hands in high school. You nice with the paws?
But like, yeah, I held my own. And like once high school hit, like first year, like there was like some crazy fights and like people got like stabbed with pencils and stuff. And I'm like,
oh, hello.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to get down with that. Like, let's just fight.
Let me fall back.
But I was never like, I often would be standing up against a bully, right? See a scenario where somebody's just picking on someone, like, yo, like, is you getting off by this? Like, go pick on someone else, you know? And so I remember a couple times I got in a fight with this, like these dudes getting picked on. It was a new kid in school. The kid just transferred, and I was like a safe school ambassador, which like you get nominated.
Safety patrol.
And like you're like secret, like the staff and other people will nominate you. And like,
say word.
When new people come to the school, like keep an eye out and like keep stuff cool. And like always the kids who were like, not popular, didn't have friends. I'm like, yo, come out to the practice. Like meet some homies. So like me and I have I'm blessed. I have a great group of friends. I grew up with a group of really good dudes and we took care of people.
That's awesome, man.
It wasn't the typical like jock, like we're the bullies. Like now we're like helping regulate, make sure everyone's treated nicely, I
fuck with it.
So like a few times, like, something happened and I got in a fight and it's like, I get ripped in the vice principal's office, Mr. Williams, and get in the office, Jordan, close the door. He's like, good job. He's like, here's some movie tickets.
Get the fuck
He's like,
here,
we can't condone this, but you always regulate it,
But you know what's up.
So I didn't get in trouble because I wasn't, out trying to cause trouble. I was really trying to just help regulate, from a position of respect too, because like, other troubled kids aren't like a teacher or someone is trying to tell them what to do versus somebody their age.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you just don't need to be in trouble. You're already in trouble. Why are you fighting this dude? Like, you got anger issue. What's going on?
Right, for sure.
So whatever. Yeah, I skated by and I was always like in good graces. I was an athlete and got good grades. So it's like, it's Jordan. Whatever.
He's good, bro. He means well.
Let him go. So yeah.
So you was chipping up bullies. I like it.
And small town stuff, you get in trouble in a big city. That's where some people like all of a sudden your life's going down this wrong path. Maybe other kids did the same thing, but they didn't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
I was in a small town. Like we got to go rough around, go egg people's houses and, whatever, do stuff and not get in trouble. So we got away with the kid stuff there.
Best, bro. Egging people's houses and cars and shit. Did you guys go out on mischief night in Halloween? Night before Halloween?
Yeah, definitely. And like really? one homie had it was bad. Yeah, one homie had like a van with two sliding doors, like old school van. And so like we'd roll up and like the two doors would slide open.
You guys were fucking pro.
Fucking stuff or jumping out, TP some stuff. I remember we toilet papered our science teacher's classroom and like we just smoked the house with like so much toilet paper, and we come to class Monday and on the like whiteboard, smartboard is a picture of her house with like the toilet paper all over it and shit. And we walk in.
Did you keep it together?
And we're like, and she's like, I know it was someone in here. And she's like, and funny enough, I had some relatives in town who they own a toilet paper manufacturing plant, and they were able to keep the mood light enough. And she's like, so I'm gonna let this one slide. We're like,
I thought she was about to hit you with the. They know who it was.
Yeah, no.
They know who purchased toilet paper in the last 30 days.
They were watching the stock.
I got the list.
They hit up Walmart, and we saw you guys.
That's fucking great, bro. Damn, man. All right, cool. So high school sounded like a cool experience for you, man.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
After high school, what happens?
After high school.
College? Where'd you go?
I went to Modesto for a semester, actually.
Okay.
They had a good JC baseball program. And then I was there a semester, and it was a big awakening. I just like kind of had been in like the parents' nest.
Yeah, bro.
I grew up in this like Christian home, and kind of was always told like what's right and wrong. And I started like kind of thinking for myself, like, how do I want to live my life, and what does this mean? So it was like big reevaluation years. So I went to Modesto. then just like I was living with family down there, my dad's side of the family, and my abuela and abuelo, and you know they didn't speak English. I speak a little Spanish, and it was a lot. So I moved back home and went to Butte College. And yeah, I went to Butte College, was playing a little baseball there, and then I ruptured my Achilles downhill mountain biking. And then that kind of like spun my life a whole different direction. Yeah.
How long was that recovery, bro?
Dude, a long time. You know, still like to this day is not perfect.
It's not tip top.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It wasn't a full tear, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't, you know, use my leg for a couple of years. Like I couldn't get on the ball of my foot. So like prior to that, I was going to school for like kinesiology.
Okay.
Like sports medicine,
Sure.
physical therapy. Super into like anatomy and like, muscle structures and tissue.
That's
and,
what's up.
Yeah, I ruptured my Achilles. I was going to physical therapy, and they're like, "You're not getting any better." And so I was at the time. I also had a job working in the ER, and so I was working in the ER for years. And I wrecked my bike, and I go to the hospital and have the doctor. I'm like, "Yo, like check out my leg." They're like, "Dude, like your Achilles likely ruptured. We'll scan it and stuff." So I did that. Started hitting physical therapy. Wasn't getting any better, and that's when I got introduced to acupuncture. And I went to Eric Shanky, OrvilleAcupuncture.com. Like Eric changed my life in a lot of ways. Really good mentor, great life advice, and made my leg, fixed my leg. I was able to get on the ball of my foot and run.
No kidding.
So then that jumped into like, I was like, I'm going to school doing this thing, physical therapy, and then boom, I got hurt, and I'm like, then I'm getting like into weed, and I'm seeing this Chinese medicine, alternative medicine, the acupuncture, and like then I was like really kind of found myself. I'm like, okay, like realizing like at the hospital, like all the medication given to people, I'm like, none of this is good. Like that's emergency medicine. I'm about to die. Take this.
Yeah, there you go.
That is amazing.
It's necessary sometimes,
It saves lives, no questions asked.
Yeah,
my leg got cut off. We got to stop the bleeding and do this. Emergency medicine.
Yeah, dude.
But common ailments and stuff, let's look at diet. Let's look at environment. And so start changing my tune about like how I viewed things. And like I was going to college and doing Chinese medicine thing and growing. And then I switched full gears over to cultivation.
Oh, hold up now. I feel like we skipped a little bit. Yeah. That went quick, bro. Let me just touch on the acupuncture.
Yeah.
I've been dying to go because I'm all about Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
Eastern medicine, and like natural healing and just things like natural supplements. Because my mom, we grew up with no health insurance, so my mom has always had us on some remedy or some weird ass teas or some like
inhale this onion and garlic.
Bro, garlic. Yeah. Bro, I had an earache one time. My mother sauteed some garlic, put a fucking cotton ball in the olive oil, stuck it in my fucking ear, and sent me off to the movies with my girlfriend. That earache. I have no idea what the fuck this did, but I smelled like a fucking alioyo the whole time. I'm fucking trying to enjoy a movie with my girl. So embarrassed. But anyway, that's like, I don't know where the fuck I was going with this, but back to acupuncture. Like ever since I heard you on, I believe the First Smoke interview, you spoke about acupunctureism.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Acupuncture? Yeah. The art of acupuncture and what it can do for you. And I've been dying to go since, bro.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, if there's one thing I could tell people on this earth, it'll be the same thing on any interview.
I'm down, bro.
It's Eric Shanky.
But I want to see your guy.
Yeah, it's Eric Shanky. It's not your typical acupuncture. A lot of acupuncture in America is meridian based. They're going to put needles in your arm. This acupuncture addresses where the pain is.
See, there we go.
Like, hey, I tore my Achilles. Putting needles in my forearm will not repair my Achilles tissue.
Come on now.
So it's addressing the area, working through the scar tissue, getting blood flow going. So anyone that has chronic pain of any sort, whether an old injury, overuse, somebody is on a computer all day, your shoulders, and maybe you're getting carpal tunnel, maybe your job, you're on your feet all day, you get plantar fasciitis, and it's really hard for you to stand. Whatever it is, you deal with chronic pain, go check him out.
That's your guy.
Yeah. And he, he was just a good mentor in life. He just like, he's like, one thing I'll never forget, he was like, nothing's good on this earth to do every day and nothing's bad enough to never try. Within reason. There may be some things you want to avoid and not do. And
I like that.
It's just like, hey, don't abuse things, and, the middle path in life is often best.
Yeah, good balance. Good
and
balance
it's
of both.
balance, right?
Yeah.
It comes down to balance.
I feel it.
So Eric, he just taught me a lot about how to, and not to like. There's like whatever, like even in the Bible, it'd say like false idols, or you look up to people and you get misled. It's like be careful who you look up to. Nobody's, everyone's a human. We're all making mistakes. We all have things to learn. So nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact, bro.
A couple like life things like that he taught me.
He dropped some jewels on you, man.
Oh, he was good, and my dad was, and I was fortunate too. My dad taught me so much on stuff like that too. Just like don't let people get in your head, and how to stay focused and true to yourself. And things now I'm just realizing as an adult. I'm like,
oh yeah,
thanks, thank you, Dad.
So much of that shit your parents kicked to you when you were shorty, bro. And like you really see it as adult. I tell my kids, I'm like, look, you don't think all this shit I'm kicking to you, it means anything, but I'm gonna let you go out there and let life punch you in the mouth a couple times. Yeah. You're gonna come crawling back and like, Dad, you was fucking right.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, exactly.
My daughter's already doing it.
Yeah, because they're probably at an age where they're kind of snipping
bro.
Back for a while. Now they're like coming around like, okay.
Yeah, man. My daughter's 20, man. She got punched in the face a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She took her lumps. Yeah. But all right, so boom. We're out of college. We talked into diving into growing. Let's start with the weed smoke. When did the weed smoke start? When you start chiefing, Chief?
Yeah, just like right out of high school.
Okay.
And like
college.
Yeah, like I wasn't in college yet, but it was like high school was over. I'm like
that summer.
Yeah, like
good fucking time.
Like it was after award ceremonies. It's like sports are over, award ceremonies where we got like scholarships and awards. Like
nice,
top
bro.
athlete of the year, whatever. That the next night. I was like, okay, everything's wrapped up. Like we're graduating.
Did
like
you call the
3
homies
days.
that were already smoking?
Yeah, and I had a homie I grew up with, and he lived down the way. I'm like, so we all met up.
They was waiting for you.
Yeah,
they was waiting for you. To
what's
join.
going on? We smoked like a peach Optimo,
Ooh, nice.
So rolled up a peach Optimo. Yeah, first time we got high. We did
Did you get high?
Wasn't really like I mean maybe,
same,
but
same.
It's like that same story where I think people it's like it's happening, but it's maybe like too you don't really comprehend.
Yeah, or you wasn't inhaling, bro.
Yeah, or like whatever it was. And I remember like a couple of homies. There was like 4 of us that had never smoked, and like 3 of them were just like blasted on like recliners, and we're like waking up like, yo, the cops are here, the cops are here, and like they're like, nobody could even move. We're like, that didn't work.
That's the best, bro. That's the best.
So yeah, exactly. Right out of high school, started smoking.
What did y'all smoke? Do you know? Just some good.
Yeah,
some good
wouldn't even know. Like I'm sure, like dude, it was probably like some Salmon Creek or some like green crack.
What is Salmon Creek,
Casey
bro?
Jones. People are gonna be like,
what is Casey Jones? No.
Casey Jones.
Start with Salmon Creek. What the fuck is that?
I don't even know. I'm sure like that would be something the internet would have to. It was before I even like cared. I haven't looked back.
Probably some local shit that was grown by Salmon Creek, right?
Probably like a cut off somebody who had like by a river. This is Salmon Creek, dude.
It's that Salmon Creek.
Yeah, what is this? This is Salmon Creek.
Love
but
that,
it was
bro.
like it was some like super orange hair, like spicy.
Okay.
Like just bammer.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's
Salmon
something.
Creek ain't floating around no more.
Yeah, and I was in Orville, so like there's Bangor and Berry Creek and all these hill towns that grew weed.
Okay.
Outdoor scene was huge there
Sure.
forever.
Sure.
I wasn't aware that it was in the backyard, but there was a lot of weed, but it was just hill weed.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Casey Jones, speak on that one. That's a great name.
Yeah, Casey Jones, same thing. I wouldn't even know what to say. Like, and I almost want to say Salmon Creek and Casey Jones were the same. Like,
I got you. Little remix.
yeah, like just
back in the day
red
remix.
hair, like kind of spicy. It's really hard to say looking back.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's cool. Names were so good back then, bro.
yeah, for sure.
Just Casey Jones.
Casey Jones,
Come on
man.
now.
And that was probably Casey Jones cut.
I usually follow that question with your parents cool with it. I want to go with no.
Yeah, not cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't tell him.
Son, he ain't with that.
I had to hide everything for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be like that in some families, bro.
Yeah.
Just what it is, man. Cannabis got a stigma attached to it. I got lucky. My mom was a hippie. You know what I'm saying? She smoked.
Yeah.
Always smoked, grew
Way down
weed.
with it.
Just fucking rebel ass mom. Like we'd be doing fucking yard work for cigarettes when we were like 12. All right, boys, what are you smoking? And she'd go grab us a pack of whatever we were smoking, just fucking hooking the yard up for
That's
mom.
hella
It was terrible. It's funny as fuck, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
Mom, you're crazy.
You made it out fine. So.
I made it out all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, cool. So now you smoked, right? So when do you start dabbling with cultivating, brother?
pretty much right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, right away. Because, like...
What makes you want to grow as soon as you fucking smoke it?
A lot of, in the town I was in, people were growing. And there's a lot of people growing, and dudes that I've grown up with and competed in sports with and, know their academic level and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you guys we're growing fire, I'm like, then let me get in this. I'll smash you guys.
Okay.
And I had no clue what I was doing, so just started reading. And you know how that goes. It's like...
Oh, God. Reading about growing weed is fucking...
Yeah.
Buckle up, bro.
Yeah.
Buckle the fuck up.
So, like, yeah, that's how that started. But it started immediately. And we grew in a buddy's backyard.
Nice.
And it was a wild ride. Like, just learning all of it, And it was,
How was your first run?
Honestly, our first outdoor was smash. We had, like,
nice,
some Blue Dream, Sour Diesel, a Lemon Romulan, and then I had 3 plants that we called B&W, but it was Big Bud, Northern Light, White Widow. And that tree, like, it's very similar to Blue Dot. Blue Dot was a strain out in the Bay, like, kind of pre-cookies.
Okay. I remember the name. I never had it.
Yeah, it was an older, like, fire strain, and it was similar to Blue Dot. But yeah.
Turps like?
I like, again, to like reminisce, but I would say very like candy light.
Ooh,
on like the first stuff.
Throwback candy.
Yeah, where it was like
Sick.
I had it, and I didn't end up like, I sold a little bit of it, but we're like, dude, we're keeping this. And it was like good colors, kind of bluish hues and purple.
Right.
We were like, like mind blown.
Let's
like,
go.
What is this? And that's, when I started getting into like, it's like, this is crazy.
Circa, what years was this?
That's 2009.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's 2009. And like we were growing in the buddy's backyard, and like our plants got huge, and we were supposed to dry in this little shed, and that wasn't working out. And I'm like, dude, we need help. Like, and he started freaking out, and is like, we were at his girl's grandma's house, and she was like, nobody can come over here. I'm like, this is all gonna get ruined then. Like, it turned into this big thing. I had to throw a tarp down, and I cut my plants down in it and wrapped it with a rope. And me and another homie, we threw the rope over the house because there was no side yard here. We threw the rope over the house, and another homie was below, and we literally like pulled this giant tarp up with all the plants in it. Like, I don't know why we couldn't have just done a few at a time, but we were just, get them down, cut them in this thing. We rip them over the roof, and I throw this giant, it was, 6 plants and like 150 gallons. They were probably like 4-pound plants.
Okay.
I threw them in the back of my Ford Ranger. I had a little Ford Ranger, branches like hanging out of the tarp and shit, and just drove across town midday. It's like 11 a.m. And I had called a homie. I was like, dude, I'm like, your dad let me, like, and I knew a homie, his dad was kind of hippie, and they had a back garage. I'm like, yo, your dad care if I dry this stuff here? And he was like, I'm right next to him. I'm like, yo, Mike, you care? And he's like, no, that's super cool. I'm like, all right. And we smashed there, and we like throw it in this garage.
That's
and
the best.
That was like, and that's when the term Italian flatbread we threw into our arsenal. So that's 09, which all the buds that were in the tarp and everything driving, and we threw them down, and they were all getting smashed. I'm like, dude, we got Italian flatbread. Like, this isn't good.
No,
get them hung up.
Yeah.
And that kind of started, like, I'm very like OCD with stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? That shouldn't be flat. Like, it has to be this. And like,
it
was like, whoa, this is like, how do you do that? And that's when it begins.
Yeah.
Well, my uncle tells me this, and then you're reading all the books. I'm like, dude, there's so many ways. Like,
yeah, bro.
Let's carve our own path. How do I think this should be done?
There you
what
go.
should this look like? What should that taste like? That's not good. This is good. Why, and
making all the mental notes on your way.
Addicted ever since.
Yeah, bro. It's funny. I've heard you say Italian flatbread before too, man. That's funny as fuck, dude.
Yeah, super old.
I love that. That's cool, man. So, all right, cool. So my first outdoor, I smacked it out of the park too. Some way, somehow. I had some cool mentors. Beginner's luck. I burned a couple of them because I learned that you shouldn't grow 2 different strains, especially at 2 different veg states in the same pot.
Outshadow each other.
Yeah, outshadow each other, burn the little guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I learned a lot, and I had 2, shout out to Earthfire Genetics, my boy Jimmy, and my boy Russ. They used to come through the crib, and we're doing whatever we were doing. I'm like, hey, can you come take a look real quick? I got some questions. So like they would coach me through it. So it's like, living in California, like, if you're in the game, you'll have friends by default that are fucking awesome growers. So I just always had advice and friends. Just fucking check on my shit.
it
And
off
just
of.
yeah, dude. And you talk shop with a grower, dude. We'll nerd out on this shit all day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it'll never stop.
It never stops, bro. So it was so cool, man. And then the second one was okay. The third one fucking sucked. I just spent too much time away from my plants. It was just a busy summer and
Yeah, that's the thing with plants.
can't do
it's
it.
They're a living thing. You neglect it, it's all.
it's over, bro.
Yep.
It's over. So I learned a lot, man. Dope, bro. That's dope. So that's your first run, right? So we're in 09. Where does it go from there, man?
Yeah, man. And that's like what you were saying with like when things taper off too, there's like that beginner's luck. There's this, it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's
Okay.
like it's when you first start something, you have all the confidence in the world and you're an expert. And then as you go, you're like, I don't know anything. And that confidence starts to decline.
Yes, sir.
Decline. And now you're years into it and your confidence is pretty low.
Yeah.
And then it starts that upward where it's like you've been through the trenches. And now your confidence builds. Now your experience is there.
Yep.
And that's the Dunning-Kruger.
You're creeping on your 10,000 hours.
Yep. And it's like when
Yeah,
you bust
bro.
in, you're like, oh, this is easy. You're oblivious to all the little things.
Yep. So you've gone through all the problems that growers go through. You've got the mold, you got the bugs, you got the fucking
Yeah.
the
The caterpillars.
the aphids, the fucking
you
just
name it.
fucking in the trenches with this shit, bro. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That makes sense too, man. That makes sense.
Yeah, so like from there, like I was doing the outdoor thing and then got a bag of cookies.
Oh,
And
hello.
it was like,
Hello.
yo,
What year was this?
2011 or 12.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about
I'm
right.
bad with dates. And that's when I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like flavors, brands are starting to hit. And that's when I started taking it as like, this is more than our generation is going to see this go legal.
Yeah.
Forever it's been like, oh yeah, let's legalize weed. But I'm like, this is it. Like brands are real. Marketing is real. Flavors are real. Like this is becoming a thing. And that's when I made that full switch. It was like school out, everything out, weed.
No shit. So what year was you in school when you left?
Like 2012.
Like freshman, sophomore, junior?
I went to college and then I entered a internship program in acupuncture. And it entered me into a master's program for acupuncture. It was Chinese medicine school. And then I dropped out.
Okay.
So
Your parents were thrilled.
yeah, I didn't even know and that's kind of when I told them too though. Like so my sisters I have 3 sisters and they came to me and they were like, look, like mom and dad are just worried about you. Like nobody knows what you do, like how you do anything, like what like they think they just picture the worst. They picture you just like selling drugs on the street corner, involved in gang life, whatever.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm like, really? I live like a real like modest life. Like I don't drink much, chill, work, play some video games, smoke a little weed.
I'm
Like,
not breaking nobody's balls.
yeah, like I'm real and like trying to be a good person.
Yeah, bro.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tell the parents. And me and my dad went golfing and I told them and I looked over, I was like, so I'm just letting you know this, not because like you're gonna tell me what to do, but I just want you to be aware of what my life is. Okay. This isn't a debate as to what I'm gonna do. This is just me
telling you what I do.
What I do. I'm like, so I grow weed, and I see his hands on the golf cart steering wheel, just knuckles just going
nuts.
white. I'm like, just let me talk about everything
Papa.
before we start jumping and stuff. And it went over well, and it's tough for him. It's
cool.
It's so whatever. But
No doubt.
I don't know what we were saying with it, but that's when they found out.
Yeah, so like when you took the dive into fully growing cannabis, your sisters, did your sisters know? Okay.
Yep, my sisters knew.
Did they smoke?
No. And the one that helps me with the blueprint now, like she'll smoke like here and there.
Occasional?
Maybe, hit it. Maybe she smokes 6 times a year. Something
Gotcha.
like that, right?
Gotcha. That's cool. Good for her, man. She's getting high, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. She's like, I can't be doing that. Like,
Really?
like one hit, I'm just shoo. And
ya.
like especially like some P90 or Triple
see you
Lindy.
later.
Like, have fun with
fuck
that.
Yeah, dude.
But everyone wasn't like super cool with it, but they accepted me as their brother.
Yeah.
And they all knew, they were like, man, Jordan's way nicer when he smokes. had 3 sisters. They always ganged up on me and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like not trying to hear it. And like
for sure,
I was
bro.
smoking. I was like, "What's up, sisters? What's going down?"
Hell yeah, bro. That's cool, man. So boom, you're off to the races now. What you was doing? You started outdoor, blowing out houses indoors. What were you doing?
Yeah, I was just growing outdoor, and then I
Okay.
got my job at What's to Be Connected, which was Collective Efforts at the time.
Yeah, bro. What year was that? How'd that unfold, man?
I think like 2012.
You shoot like a shotgun fucking Hail Mary email over to the homie?
Yeah,
Or
like
what?
a homie saw Ways. Shout out Saw Ways.
What's his name?
Saw Ways.
Sideways?
Yeah, homies call him Sideways because
Sideways, yeah, I be seeing him. That's Billy's homie, right? Slideways.
no, different. Yeah,
Sideways.
Not many
Got
people know Saw Ways.
Continue.
He was a friend of a friend. It was a friend's cousin actually, but he lived out in the Bay, and he was a little graffiti cat, kind of black
tight.
sheep of the family.
Tight.
It was like a bunch of Afghans. They're an Afghan family, and they're all doctors. And
Gotcha.
he is a graffiti writer and
Not a doctor.
smokes and sells weed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, yep. But he was like, getting some of my outdoor and all that. But he downloaded Instagram on my phone. He's like, I didn't have Instagram. I didn't care to have social media. And he followed a bunch of Bay Area growers and graffiti artists. And
Sick.
one account he followed was Sherwood Forest, which was Caleb Counts' IG.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Founder, owner, connected. And Sherwood Forest posted, "Hey, we need workers. This isn't like come get high. This is real work." And I was in a master's program, had my own thing going, but I sent to the homie Saw Ways who lived in the Bay and he didn't really have a gig. I was like, "Dude, go like hit up these guys for a job." He's like, "No way, I'll never get it." And so I hit them up, and it was Caleb, and I met in person. I was like, "Don't respond to anyone else. Meet me in person." And then we met in person. And
That was ballsy.
yeah, and like I was like, "Why are you posting on Instagram? Like you could meet a gamut of people that like could screw you over,
Yeah, right.
I'm like, not that I even know who this person is. I'm like, trust me, and I don't even know who you are. But so I say that, and he's like, let's meet. So we meet, and they're like, yeah, we need somebody to run some greenhouses, and can you do that? And I absolutely could not. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I had never done it, so
Yeah.
I can't say that I can because I had never. And I'm like, absolutely, kill it.
Yeah, let's go.
And Eric Shanky, the acupuncture, I called him. I was like, hey, I'm on my way to this, like, talk with this guy about a job. He's like, why? He's like, you have your own things going. Like, why do you need to do that? I'm like, well, it's like going legal. I think this is the right move. And they want me to like trim. And he's like, no, tell them you want this much money and you want to be a manager. I'm like, I don't like have, okay. So then that Caleb was like, we need trimmers. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to run stuff. He's like, can you run a greenhouse? I'm like, absolutely. And I can do anything. And so I started working at the indoor till this greenhouse project finished out, and the greenhouse project never finished out. So I was just stuck in the indoor, and which was awesome. And I had no clue what I was doing then. And I was get up, sweep floors, pay attention to the plants, try to learn everything I can. They're like, water these plants. I'm like, with how much water? Like what? They're like, well, just kind of splash it. I'm like, what does that mean? Like what? And
How many seconds?
and like I was just like, it's just everything's going so fast. I'm like, and like I messed up on a ton of stuff, and that's Caleb had patience to deal with me, and I handled the punishment correctly, I guess. Like you mess this up. I'm like, absolutely, I did. Won't ever happen again. I learned what I need to learn from it, and so I was fortunate enough to have enough runway there to be able to get the plane off the ground.
Shit. Fortunate enough to have enough runway. I like how you put that. That's cool.
Because my runway could have been cut short,
Okay.
And like,
now, did Caleb grow cannabis as well? He knew enough to know what to do, to tell you what to do?
He originally grew. When I started, he was like kind of phasing out, I think. And like, because he had the club going.
Overseas shit. Yeah.
He had a lot going on. He was developing what is today now Connected, right?
Yeah.
And so he was getting that
Unreal
framework set up. Yeah. And again, shout out Caleb.
Shout out Caleb, man. Whole
Yeah,
squad,
can't
man.
just words can't describe how thankful I am, and
That's awesome.
to be in the position I am today. And a lot of it because of what Caleb did, putting his neck out there.
Hell yeah, bro.
But yeah, he was there a little bit, and the other guys were there, Hunter and Kenny, Attila. Those were like the original OGs, and everyone kind of knew what they were doing, But we're all learning together, and the
Yeah.
industry is always changing, and new strains, and try this nutrient, and what's up with that? And I heard these guys are doing this, and Jungle Boys are killing it. Switch
Yep.
to how that's going.
Yep.
And it was every day you come in, and you're like, all right, we're doing this completely different. Like, okay,
Yeah.
but it was good. It was how you have to figure something out. You can't just sit back and be like, this is the best.
Oh yeah, bro. That's the best way to learn, bro. So like you learned a lot of different methods on your come up.
Oh yeah,
A lot of different
seen
methods.
every way to not
And
do
during that time, you're making mistakes, you're getting better,
Yep.
and you're putting in your 10,000 hours.
Yep.
That's fucking dope. So you never wound up in the greenhouse?
No,
It's never happened.
never. The project never happened, and I've still to this day
Still indoors.
never ran a greenhouse.
Oh, shit. Nice. Damn, man. That's cool, bro. That's cool.
Yeah.
So now you're in the trenches with Connected, right? What strains are starting? What strains are you running at first? What strains are kind of popping up? Because I feel like for me, like I'm a little older now, so like my timeline, I base it off of like music and weed strains. You know what I'm saying? That's like tells me where we're at.
Yeah.
You know
What
I'm
year
saying?
was this? Yeah, at the time it was like that was like Blue Dream, Green Crack, still like
Oh no shit.
cookies.
Okay.
Cookies was a thing, and then my first, I don't know, months working there, it was like Sunset Sherbert, Animal Cookies, then the 4 gelatos, 25, 33, 41, 45.
Yeah.
Those came into play. And I think I started working and then I kind of stepped away a little bit because I had an outdoor up north and I was in school and I had my like midterms and harvest and I stepped out for like a month.
No
To
shit.
like handle that, like I was like, and when I got hired, I was like, look, I have an outdoor going, like I'm gonna have to tend to this,
Yeah.
like
towards the end during flower type
yeah,
shit.
and I was still at that time driving, I was going crazy, but I was like, I'm gonna be away for like, I can't just like smash 3 hours water and turn around and come back, like I gotta stay home and like do a bunch of stuff. And I think during that time, like a month, is when they intaked the gelatos, because when I came back to the facility, everyone was like, bro, like check these out, and we were smelling them, and it was like, this smells like bubble gum, like this smells like candy, like smelling like Blue Dream or Green Crack. Comparatively, it's like you've never smelled candy before. They're like, here's a steak, and then here's a piece of licorice. You're like, dude, what? Like,
What
that
the fuck
exists.
is that? Yeah, bro.
So that's when, I stepped in at the sickest time ever, like starting to grow cool strains, and like that really became like the trends.
That was towards the end of my days on the East Coast when those strains started coming out. You know what I mean? My cousin in Oakland was getting me right. And I remember the 33, the 41, I love the mochi, the 45. Was that 45? 47? 25 was guava, right?
Yeah, 25 was guava, 33 was...
33 was Larry Bird.
Larry
whatever
Bird,
the fuck.
yeah.
41's Baccio.
Yep, and 45.
Was mochi, I think.
Maybe it was mochi, because I never knew when like mochi would be posted. I'm like, what is that, 41 or what one was it?
Bro, honestly, like being the weed nerd that I am, I could really tell, bro, because we were getting some dope mochis in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They were totally different. Some real raw ass fucking Oakland bags. And yeah, man.
Oakland facility.
I did. You know what? When I started my delivery service out here, that was the first like dope strain I had on my menu was mochi. Yeah.
What year was that?
This was 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, the tail end, 2017, bro. I got busy as soon as I moved here, bro. This was time. I didn't come out here to fuck around. You know what I mean? I come out here. I brought my family out here, dog. I put my house on the truck. We're not fucking around, Gene. Hell yeah, man. That's fucking dope, bro. So you're growing all these fire strains. This is when it's Connected Cookies.
Yep. That was just cookies. I wasn't
No.
Connected,
It was just
Connected
cookies.
wasn't a name.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, Connected
It was just cookies.
It was
Fruit Ridge, right?
It was Collective Efforts.
Collective Efforts. That's what it was,
It
bro.
was Collective Efforts, and Collective Efforts was growing everything that was going
That's
in
what
the
it
cookies
was.
bags.
Bro, I still have my pack of rolling papers that said Collective Efforts with
Really?
a C on it from my first visit there.
Yeah.
Bro, like I drove by there the other day and got emotional, dog. Like my wife was like, yo, Connected, what's that? I'm like, what you mean what's Connected? I was, that's fucking, girl, that's where like me, Tony, and Dills used to go when we moved here. We're in there nerding out buying grams. Whoa, we can buy a gram of everything. Like we're fresh off the East Coast.
Yeah, they get the
Just
chopstick and
spinning
the
all up with the
metal.
chopstick and the metal bowls.
Yep.
You feel me? That's when I first had Skittles. That's when I first had some of the dope gelatos, the guavas and fucking.
Almost there was like alien lobs that get their lemon fuel.
I didn't have any lemon feel till later.
Lumpus Farms, they had Overlord OG, which I think was like a headband, which was fire. Like whoever has it out there, please hit up Blueprint _ California. That I think it was a headband cut. It was insane that you could get from Collective Efforts.
Yeah, bro, that was the fucking spot, bro. And then just to think I have my products in there now, like I got hella emotional, bro. You couldn't have told me 5 years ago when I was a little fucking fresh off the East Coast, like buying fucking grams.
Yeah.
Like, this is the coolest thing ever to have my
like
product
your brand's
in the store, dog.
on the store.
Fuck me up, bro. I have a demo there this Friday. I am so excited to do it, man. So dope. Thanks, man. But yeah, back to you, brother. So we got this. So now we're in the beginning of the candy wave, right?
Yeah, basically.
The gelatos took
gassy
over.
Candies.
Even kind of kicked cookies out of the way a little bit. You know what I mean? The Girl Scout cookies strain. So now, where does your transition go? So you're at Connected, you're growing over there.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Just all of, like, I don't even know what I was doing. And a lot of, during the mission, during life, I think you question yourself. Everyone questions themselves. And you look at yourself in the mirror and think, kind of try to figure, like, are you doing what you should be doing? And if you're not doing that, you should be doing that.
It's a good one.
But, it was a struggle. It was not easy. And just kind of like, what's the end goal? No clue.
Yeah.
Where does all this come together? No clue.
Yeah.
But just keep learning and keep applying, keep peeling layers of the onion off. Like, how could you know more? How could you see it from a different perspective to give yourself just that extra inch?
Yeah, man.
How could we open another perspective? Because if you look at something through a different lens, you have a different field of view.
That's right.
And if you can get that full field of view, you're only going to have more, ammo and knowledge to accomplish whatever's in front of you.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is.
That's a fact.
So I just spent years doing that and, devoted everything to cultivation, that nutrient. How much did we use? How much does it cost? Because like people would look at fertilizer and be like, whoa, that one's a lot. It costs $500. I'm like, how much volume did you get with that $500? Was it a 8 ounce or was it 50 gallons? How often do you apply it? How much of it do you apply when you apply it? Is it 10 mLs per gallon or 1 mL? It might be expensive, but you apply 1 mLs per gallon every month. Or what, for example?
There you go.
So like running out those costs and how much does it cost to grow a pound and understanding those cogs, that's becoming more of a thing now.
Yeah.
And it should in all business, no matter what you're doing. If you're making a pizza, how much did every piece cost to make this pizza? Man. And evaluate that.
Gotta know your numbers.
Yeah, and like weed was always like, buy whatever. Like there was money in it like that.
Yeah.
It was like, get that nutrient, get this. Like, oh, it'll make it chronic. Like, oh yeah, I got the 55,000 part nutrient line. Throw this in there. And it's like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, But if it's good, it's good. But then you start like, okay, well, when prices come down, how are we going to survive? Like when this happens, what's this?
There you go.
So it just never stopped. And like, why is the light right there? What if a fan was right here? This seems warm. And all of it, from the plant side to the finance to the employees. How do I talk to these guys? How do I get people motivated to pull a bunch of leaves? And how do we get everyone to pull the same amount of leaves? How do you scale that?
Yeah.
Hey, go in there and, pull, everyone pull like a good amount of leaves off or go heavy. It's like, okay, you guys, here's buckets, go in the field and get a medium amount of apples. It's like, that could be 3 apples or it could be 500 apples.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, so like how to standardize this. This is the leaf count you need to do. This is this. And, so again, all aspects of it. And on the smoking side, this doesn't taste good. What did we do? Man, like this did taste good. What do we do?
Yeah.
This room does better. What's up with it? And so just kept grinding on that for forever. And then looking at the marketing side, man, like us as cultivators were on the ground floor. I'm like, we could come up with cool stuff all the time. And all that just kept festering with people. And it just like got to a point where it's like, man, we understand this industry. We're in it. We're so fortunate to be a part of Connected. That was fast moving and in the end scene. So like gave great perspective on how to, do it myself.
Sure.
Still with a team of people, but so it just kept grinding and kept trying to soak. And that's still to this day. It never ends.
Damn, bro. Damn. And then I feel like, Blueprint's born, right?
Blueprint's essentially born.
You try to just do your own thing. It comes a time in in every man's life and their career, where it's either I'm staying here, I'm gonna go do my own thing, I'm gonna fucking take my talents out west, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hit up Caleb, when I left, and I called him. I was like, hey, man, it's my time. I'm out. And he's like, well, doesn't seem like there's anything we could, offer you to stay. It seems like you've made your mind up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I think it's just time. I'm going to go spread my wings. Like,
yeah.
I've given you everything I can give you.
Sure.
And that's that.
That's cool, man.
And he was like, no doubt. Or,
good,
hit me
man.
up anytime. Appreciate
Good,
it.
bro.
But yeah, that was kind of it. It was like, all right.
What can you do?
Yeah.
And as an employer, like, that shit happens. Bro.
Yeah, and that's what I think.
Lose your good guys eventually.
Yeah, and I think that should be the case.
Yeah, it's called evolution, bro.
Yeah.
Growth.
And
you got to do it.
I'll say this all the time. It's like, your student better be better than you. Like,
oh yeah.
As the teacher, you did your job.
There you go.
Know?
Yeah,
Always.
yeah, that's true.
If your student fails, then obviously you can lead them to water they can't drink. But when your student is successful, teachers take honor in that.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a fighting coach and their fighter's the world champion, like,
oh yeah, dude,
a lot in that.
You shaped and molded that little monster.
Yeah,
bro.
Yes.
It's like proud parent moments and shit. Yeah, bro.
But yeah, so it led to I traveled to stay. I worked with a tissue culture company, Conception, and I got the job to kind of go assess in the field, what growers are saying, kind of report back to the lab with the plants, and I got to see a ton of grows in the state, and that's when I was like, okay, it's time.
That's tight, bro.
Getting to hear the growers' thought processes and how they were setting up their grows and talking about things. I'm like, there's a lot of lack of knowledge here.
I thought that's where you were going.
Yeah, not to exploit it, but it's like people were just, again, caught up, like, thinking they're the best and not really, testing themselves and questioning things.
Yeah.
Saying you could do better. Just like,
yeah. We got our SOPs. Let's just keep pumping this shit out. Shit like that.
You're on your heels.
Yeah.
You're not like really pushing. But so I saw an opportunity, and at the same time, I knew I had weed that tasted great.
Yeah, sure.
And I see people buying this weed that's terrible, and it's just like, dude, you're buying weed that sucks so bad, and like this, I'm like, the world, you guys need to try this, So it was like, let's get going. Like, we need a label so we can have a stage to start giving people.
Okay. Okay.
Because there's a little period between Connected and Blueprint. There was weed being grown at TJT, and it didn't have a label.
Okay, was anybody white labeling your stuff?
White label, and like, well, at that time, no. Like,
okay.
Nobody knew who I was fully, and like, I didn't have a name, like, oh, it was cultivated like this, whatever. And so I had weed, but it was the same weed, and people would come by, I don't want it, I'm like, dude, this is fire, So it's like, bro. For a second, it's like, okay, interesting, and then got the label going,
and that's when Blueprint started
behind it, yeah.
Okay, what year was that? Was that 19 or 20?
Last year. So, it was 2022 just passed, so 2021. So
2021, okay.
September 2021, I want to say, was our first drop.
Damn, okay.
So we're a year and...
No shit, I feel like it's been longer.
People are like, yeah, a couple years. Like, but I'm like, dude, we've only been on market like 14 months.
You also dropped within a black space and time, like during the pandemic. Like,
yeah,
my timelines is forever fucked up
for sure
since the pandemic.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like that was years ago, or that was
pre or post. Post is bad. Pre, I remember shit. You know what I'm saying? But like,
what happened,
bro? Man, that was ballsy. Dropped in the middle of
and we dropped
pandemic.
at a very poor time in the scheme of the industry health, and shout out Drew Cugio. I don't know how to say it now. No, I'm sitting here trying to say your name specifically to you. But Drew, Green Dog,
Drew.
he grabbed Blueprint and went around to all the stores and all his relationships and was like, yo, do you remember weed from this era? These strains from here, like the same guy grew it. It's fire. It's their new brand. Check it out. And, through those relationships as well, people gave it a shot.
Yep.
And our first batches came out.
There we go.
Then it was just boom.
Boom.
And like people, and I'll never, our weed went out And then the next night, I had a birthday party to go to, and I got COVID. And I didn't know. It was my girl's birthday party. I was like just stressed from Blueprint stuff. I'm like, oh, our first drop's out. Like, I don't think the weed's good. Like, I'm freaking out. And like, yeah, or like I'm smoking at night and like I'm getting COVID. I didn't realize when I'm getting the flu, I'm just like kind of sweaty, lightheaded, and I'm smoking and I like have just like a full anxiety attack.
Damn,
I'm like,
bro.
Like, you know, it's crazy. A brand, we have our names on it, and it's at these stores that I used to go to. And
that part.
You know,
pressure's
all of it,
on, player.
which is like hitting me. I'm like, it just like collapsed and just went into
Got in your head.
Yeah, just
got
was
in your head.
sick as could be. But it got in my head a little bit. But it was received so well on market.
Yeah, dude.
And it's been a blast ever since. And I know there's people who've had Blueprint and may not have been happy. But the majority of people has been, you know, amazing experience, feedback from people. People have been enjoying the product, and we're just going to try our best to do better.
I was tripping, bro. Like, I remember I heard the story. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a lot of we have a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I like heard the story through the grapevine, and then I remember the fucking blue jars. They just kind of popped out of the shelves. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no blues like this just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And the weed was fucking fire, and I really took to the Triple Lindy when it started. I just love the name because, again, going back to cool weed names, you got Jesus Shuttlesworth, P90, and Triple Lindy. I got the P90 from Billy. I got it on the street first. You know what I'm saying? And Billy hyped it. He's like, bro, this shit like motherfucking, you doing P90, dog.
You feel me? Sweat.
So you be sweating, you smoke this shit. I remember this shit's fucking gas. God damn. What the fuck? We got gas again? So I enjoyed that, and then I got the Triple Lindy. I really enjoyed that. And then the Jesus Shuttleworth eventually. But what I was tripping on was, because I was in selling in these clubs with a different brand at the time, and I'm watching your shit fucking sell out. I'm like, how the fuck did this new brand hop on the top shelf and sell the fuck out, dog? I was like, damn, bro, this is something to see, man. And you guys have just been crushing ever since, it seems like, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Shout out Simon Gahari. He's who did the original blueprint design. And it was a tough one because we're like, oh, you know, brand name. I'm like, Blueprint. Like, it just like, it was on the list. And because there's a bunch of names, you know, and like Blueprint, it just like, it's at the top. I'm like, Blueprint, this is the name. Mm-hmm. And we landed on Blueprint. Well, then it was like, man, Blueprint, like we have to be blue.
You gotta be. Come on now.
And I'm like, I came from Connected. It's blue. And cookies.
Shit.
And it was like cookies blue. And I'm like, but it's a color. Like I can't. It's not that I can't be it, you know. So it was like, all right, let's play with these colors and really try to avoid these other shades of blue.
Yeah. You did.
And then it opened up another conversation of like, man, trying not to be pinned down by color, you know? So we kind of came out with this blue jar, wanted people to see like, what's this? And it's kind of different pace.
That's what saved you, bro. The crosshatch, the blueprint
look
of an actual blueprint. Me being a weed nerd, I didn't think of cookies all connected from the blue.
That's good to know.
Because it was this. I was like, I get it. It's a blueprint. They got the blueprint for fire weed. That's where my mind went.
And that's what kind of was like, and like we tried to make it like very clean and precise.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a blueprint. Like this is technical. You know, we have like the little reticle and these like logos right here and like the precision, the lines. And it's like sharp to like convey like we are like sharp.
You nailed it, bro.
Appreciate it. Simon again.
Shout out to Simon.
Went to some weird places to pull this out for us. Thank you for
Sometimes
going.
you got to go deep in the weird places.
Thank you for he came up with these like, you know, like this is science, technology, experience, and imagination. Just
that's cool, man.
Logos to represent it. And it's kind of like what our brand represents is a combination of those 4 pillars.
That's raw.
And that's like our foundation.
Fuck with that. Blueprint. There you have it, folks. Blueprint was born.
That was it.
And now we're gonna take a little break.
All right.
So that's dope, bro. I fuck with it, man. So let's dive into something I've been hearing about in them streets, man. More on the curb. I've been hearing it on the curb, man.
The curb Turps.
Fools that be grinding out there on the curb. You feel me? Talk to me about curb Turps.
No pun intended.
I feel like this would be a good commercial.
Yeah.
I just ruined it.
Keep it rolling. Keep it running back. Curb Turps. The homie Zach Shaner. He's a skater from the hometown. He came to me with the idea. He's like, He's like, dude, make a skateboard wax that looks like weed and like, you know, smells like weed. You think we could do that? I'm like, yes, we could do that. No questions asked. Let's figure it out, you know? So I'm like, start talking about wax and looking at variations in wax and, you know, understanding that supply chain, what's more quality waxes and paraffin wax and all pretty relative. But then looking into molds and how we could produce it and all this. So like we went through a ton of variations, but we just started with like, we harvested actual buds and I like coated them in plasti dip and like different like clear coats and whatever, and then dipped them in different silicones and made molds out of it.
Wow.
And we poured wax in it and then messed with different nugs and putting, you know, like glitter in it and different things on the outside, you know, and then like taking the nugs, put them in the molds, letting them harden like halfway, and then like taking a syringe and putting the terps in it like at different stages when it's like full liquid, when it's almost hard. Like, do you smell it when you rub it?
Yeah.
So just like we just went, and that was just like you know, in the kitchen type of thing, like in the garage. Like he came out to the house a couple times, just like worked through it. But Zach's really been pushing it. I'm just here to support him in any way. Cool. He's got a cool you know, group of people around him. He's been in the skate scene for forever. So yeah, we'll have like 8 bags. You know, the bag will look just, you know, like whatever. We could do a Curb Turps Good Pizza.
We should, bro.
Collab.
I used to skateboard. I still skateboard a little something too, man. That'd be dope, man.
Yeah, and take like your nugs, we could take Fugazi or whatever, make a mold with it, and then do Fugazi, Curb Terps, you know, drop.
You heard it first, folks.
No doubt. Let's get it rocking.
Curb Terps. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's been a fun one.
That's cool, man. I love to see creativity in the space, bro, because, you know, shit gets boring sometimes, man. You see a new product come out, like, fuck, it's not easy to drop a new product in the space.
Yeah.
You know
and anything, and like, you know, anyone who has crazy ideas, hit me up, man, or hit up, you know, man. I point you the right direction as to how to get started. Because sometimes it's just like, how do you get started on stuff? But if you have ideas, do it. That's when Zach hit me like, yo, think we do this? I'm like, dude, I'm down to support, because that gets me fired up seeing somebody like chase after something, like take an idea and then bring it to life. Yeah. It's super cool. So I'm like, dude, tear it up. Like, you need a couple bucks. What do you need? Like, do you need the right contact? What's going on?
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
And I also want to talk about another product that you have, SMP dry racks.
Yeah, we got.
Tell me about those.
SMP.
And plug yourself, man, by all means.
Yeah, I mean, so SMP is Super Nurture Pro, which that was the first like project in conception I tried to take to market. So I've lost money, you know, doing that in the beginning, because I was just learning how to even have a brand and what it means, and I would do that 10 times over and over again. But we're still active, still selling dry racks on the positive side. So yeah, everything's cool. Yeah, everything's cool, and the dry racks are a useful tool in the space. And that started, you know, harvesting, growing weed, looking at people harvest, and they're cutting plants down and putting them in here and pulling them over there, and then add compliance in their metric. You got to weigh them. So it's like they're taking plants down, throwing them in this, putting them on the hook, throwing them in that, wheeling them to the dry room, picking them up, and, you know, putting on a final hook. I'm like, the plant just got dropped and touched like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
To get it to the dry room. Not good. I'm like, I want these buds to float off the plant into a jar. And that
there you go.
Dream gets killed by that. So
I'm like, for sure.
Yo, we need a dry rack where I cut a plant down, flip it, and put it on a peg, and do not touch any of the bud that we just grew. That needs to be unharmed. And then that rack gets wheeled into the room and is left there. You know, so that's the dry rack.
I love that.
28.
So it just stays on the rack the whole time.
Yep, has 2 hanging arms with 14 pegs, and on top and bottom, or 14 on bottom, 14 on top. So depending on how dense you dry, like 56 to 84 plants on a dry rack.
Okay.
So they're pretty big.
That's not too shabby.
6 foot long and fit under a standard door.
Okay.
And fold up nice. The legs nestle under each other in our newest version. So yeah, they can, when you're not using them, you can slam them together. But they're super nice. Deploy them out, and we still use them to this day. And anyone who sees us harvest, they're like, "Yo, we're gonna like use those."
That's tight.
And
bro.
at least for like harvesting in the room and taking it to your dry room. But I had started that project with Simon, actually, who helped. That's how I met him for the blueprint design.
Okay.
I met him through another guy, Martin Delgard, who was a engineer. And I came to him with the idea for the dry rack down in LA, and was like, hey, can you weld me this dry rack that like make me a prototype that I could then take to a manufacturer? And the guy who made the prototype was like, dude, this is sick. Like, you want to be business partners?
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay.
You're an investor just off the manufacturer?
And he was this gangster engineer. He had a TV show, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Inventor? He's been on like a few things. Like, he's a well-known Martin Delgard. And he was like, dude, I'll be on board. And then he introduced me to Simon. He's like, I know somebody who's really good at like design concept and like taking an idea and refining it for market. Like, you know, like I can make a dry rack, but he's going to make it look aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
While it also has function. I'm just like, all right, here we go. It's all welded together. It's like, no, let's make this thing look like it's a BMX bike.
Yeah.
You know, like this has style.
Yeah.
And so that's where, you know, Simon came into play. But it just taught me a ton about business, manufacturing, supply chain, how to deal with people, customs, and international stuff.
Customs
it's just
is
like
fun.
all of that, and getting freight shipment and tariffs and you know just all those.
Do I
things
fucking ship it? Do I throw it on the boat? What do I do? Do I do plane or boat?
Fast boat, slow boat. Like what's this called?
Fast boat, slow boat.
And like when I was making the dry racks, my first shipment in, a new tariff was dropped on like aluminum and steel furniture, like, and I got word they're like, hey, the tariff just changed, and it went from like 2% to like 200%. It was insane, and we're like, no, this makes it like not good. Like, and we're like on the dock, and we ended up like having to pay that tariff, and like it was, and then that tariff changed to like a few months later. It was like, dude, we just got ripped,
wild,
you know. So just like tons of like all those little bits on like big picture manufacturing, supply chain, starting a business, investing money, what to do yourself, what to hire out for, and what's worth the money. So,
you learned that on the first run.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, everything you do, you're like, worst move ever. Great. You know, they won't do that.
I just did a ton of those, folks, off the Good Pizza drop. So
it's part of it. You know?
Appreciate y'all supporting me because I fucked it up. On the financial side, on my side. It's good for you, bad for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. No, we're good, baby. We're good. No, this was anticipated, man. I'm just fucking around.
But it's part of it.
No, there's always shit you don't see.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always shit you don't see.
You can plan all you want. You jump into it, and it's curveball, you know. So the more you know.
Straight up. The more you know. Speaking of the more you know, you guys don't really typically release your genetics. Why is that? Tell the people why.
Man, it's the blueprint. That's
okay. That's a good, like, shut the fuck up. This is what we do.
Yeah. Well, it really started with, you know, P90 being green, gas, and a Gorilla Glue cross.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, yo, this can't be done.
Because glue was burnt out at the time.
Yeah, and like it just has a bad name, and green bud, and... You know, candies are more in, and it's kind of just gassy, OG, earthy, you know.
Yeah.
A little creamy, and like, you know, certain batches will smack. But so it's kind of started that, but and like more so too, I've always wanted to be like on the education side, like, because I get a grow weed and see tons of strains, and I never, I didn't see lab tests. Genetic information, and I knew on the grow side too, we get cuts, it's this, it's like, it's not that. This person jacked that cut, they renamed it. And if you know that other paper trail, then maybe you do know what this strain is. If not, then you're now being misled and you're misleading others by calling it that strain.
Yeah.
Right, so it's just like so many ins and outs in that, and then people getting caught up on THC and strain, and I've seen the behind the scenes swoop-de-swoops at the clubs and change this name, and all those things started coming to me, like thinking about the viewpoint of a customer, and like what this brand means, and I'm like, look, let's just put the attention on the weed and put the attention on the process and the people behind it and the experience. That's what we're going to put the attention on.
Yeah.
Pull these things out. Let's not even conversate about that. We can conversate about it later.
Yeah, or amongst the homies or something.
Yeah,
if you know, you know.
And people make guesses, and people know what strains are what. It's,
Yeah.
you know, like if you ask around, you read comments, you look around, you'll be able to find out what's what.
Yeah, do your digging, do your due diligence if you want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes it kind of fun. People kind of guessing, and I'll release them over time. Like I released what P90 was, and say whatever. You know, it's scenario based, and once we like really start to get people to buy into Blueprint, some of this stuff will change. You know, we'll be evolving forever.
Yeah,
as to like how we need to, you know, stay current with the market, keep people aware, and direct people ways that we think will benefit them into understanding what better weed is.
Yeah. And the game needs that, bro.
Yeah.
The game needs it. And
100%.
the people need it, man. The people and the patients need it because,
being misled.
you know, if you know anything about a dispensary, you've worked in them or sold to them or done demos in them, like you'll know like 90% of the people walk in there, they don't know what they're actually going to buy. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting on the bud tender to tell them what. They have an idea what they're going to get as far as how they're going to consume it, but other than that,
exactly.
a lot of people reach for the percentage or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, like you're now like, hey, what's good? And these people, you're like, what do you, like, I don't know, you know, like, hey, this looks good, has high numbers here, run it.
Right.
You know, and like weed quality is being defined right now. So it's a lot of education needs to happen.
A lot of education. Yeah, and I'm down to fight that good fight. I'm be in the trenches doing that shit with my team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
because good pizza, it's good pizza is a standard, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it has to be, you know, this is why we charge what we charge. This is why we may not have a BOGO today. You know what I'm saying? This ain't really BOGO weed, you know what I mean? This is good pizza.
Yep.
Feel me?
Straight up.
I like the name, bro. Cultivation to consumption, the Instagram handle. Does that mean like outside of what I'm thinking it means? Is there anything mysterious about it?
No.
Tell the people about it. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, cultivation to consumption was born by just thinking of, you know, everything I like to do, which was like cultivate weed to consuming weed, and you know, want to make like whether it's a marketing or a management team that it's like we take care of everything from cultivation to consumption.
I fucks with it,
and it's like it's manifested. I'm, you know, sitting around that right now with people who are the best at on the connoisseur side of evaluating weed and smoking weed.
Yeah,
and
man.
People who are no cultivation and like on the granular level. You know, I use analogies all the time, but it's like, yeah, this guy's the best at basketball. Well, this guy's the best at basketball. He's actually the best defender, and he has extremely good assists. And we're gonna pair him up with somebody who knows how to shoot really well. And, you know. And then we're going to pair him up with somebody like this, and you're building a team. It's not like we just play basketball. It's like, yeah, we all cultivate, but this guy is extremely good at root zone management and water balance and keeping the plants on this level. And this guy's really good at mom room flow and understanding ramp up periods and how to get this ready and that ready. And so like developing that.
That's a mean team right there, my friend.
Elite team. So it's like cultivation to consumption, like really like thinking about, hey, this is more than just growing weed. This is more than just smoking weed. This is a whole system, and that whole system has to be right.
Because there's so much shit. Like we were just talking the other day, like when it comes down to knocking everything out the park, and then now we got the trimmers. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure they're making our weed look good in the bags, and then we got storage, and then we'll use it for distro, and it's literally cultivation to consumption and everything in between. Yeah, man.
Exactly.
You need a dope team to do that. And then you got your QC squad. Is this smoking or not?
Oh, for
right?
sure.
The proper homies.
Yeah, and that's what it's like.
Shit
From proper Adam, Paul to Wild Bill, to, you know, myself.
Oh yeah.
You. A lot of people are just on the ground floor of really evaluating this. You know.
Yeah,
couldn't be in a better position.
If we can get stamps from the whole team, man, you're like, this one's gonna smack, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's no fluff around here.
No,
it's like
no sir.
Trying to
just we put out big doinks
on
the Rex, bro. Hell yeah, man, that's dope. What do you guys have in the works, man? What's coming up, man? Like any cool collabs coming up?
For Blueprint, cool collab coming up would be. Well, hopefully a couple cool ones in the work I might not speak on, but one is Alien Labs Shout out Ted,
Shout out
Alien
Ted,
Labs. As I pull up the Alien Labs ladder, here we go.
You feel me? Alien gang.
You look around, it's going to be something alien.
Yeah, always,
They keep with the merch. Got the smoke bag down there. But Alien Labs Blueprint, we're going to do a Warzone tournament. It's going to be industry tournament.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It'll be quads. Yeah, it's going to be sick, dude. I'm looking forward to it.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
I fucks with that, man. Where does it go from here, man? What's the next 5, 10 look like for you guys, man, in terms of like the brand and the mission?
This year we have some packaging changes we're gonna make to just deliver the weed the best we can. I've spoke on Grove bags before. Some people may be becoming aware of Grove. This is a Grove bag here, which looks like a normal Mylar.
Talk a little bit about that, man. I'm tired of explaining that. I could just show them the fucking clip. We'll make a clip out of it.
Grove bag. Not to speak for them, but as far as I know, I've been using Grove bag. I think 2017.
Oh, damn. You've been on the Grove bags.
I think 2016 or 2017. Started dealing with Luke. What up, Luke?
What up, Luke?
At Grove Bags. Thanks for dealing with us and everything. All the brands.
And our monster orders.
Yeah. So Grove Bags, it's a special bag that like kept humidity at a certain level and has specific layers within the bag to hold moisture, release moisture, and then the most inner layer that interacts with weed doesn't eat VOCs and is non-static. Things don't attach to it.
Yeah.
Whatever the properties are, it holds weed immaculate.
Yeah.
So I've been doing trials with that. And we'll be coming out with this. People will start seeing it for Blueprint. I'm QCing things. So every time a harvest comes down, 4 jars of every strain are set aside.
Okay.
Jar 1, day 60. Next jar, day 90, 120, 150. So we're going to open a jar on day 60, evaluate the weed. Is it good? Should we hit up retailers and say, put this on sale? It's not up to our standard anymore.
Okay.
Day 120, it's still all really good, actually.
Okay.
And then we'll be making those on our stories and on our highlights on the IG so you can see the current batches, what batches not considered smoking anymore, what batches are. So we'll do a live QC process.
I like that and respect that, dude.
And we're putting that next to other forms of packaging and, constantly evaluating. And so we've
dope, bro.
Found out some cool stuff. So our weed's going to be coming in a whole different presentation. It's going to have a ton more information on it.
Dope as fuck.
So the blueprint, how it's presented and stored and delivered to the end consumer is going to get an overhaul this year. So that's exciting. Going through our website, really trying to, we're on year 2 now, and we're just trying to step up to the next level of what Blueprint
That's dope,
can be.
bro. And you know what? You guys are on the top shelf in terms of price, and that's part of what you're getting for your price, folks. I don't know nobody's doing that.
Yeah,
so that's cool. That's cool. You're really looking out for your clients, man.
Yeah, I mean, I want people that you're going to spend the money, you should be getting what I want you to get, and if it's not, you shouldn't be paying a certain price for it.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm like, how do we wrangle this and like keep it live and fluent and true? Like we smoke it. We store it. We look at it, and we're always evaluating what's on market still, who's got what. So,
yeah, you guys
trying to get those communication pathways down. It's not easy with all the retailers, and it's a beast.
It is a beast. It is a beast. But, that's dope, bro. I love it.
On the cultivation and consumption front, I'm working with a lot of brands. Proper. Be working with Good PizzZa.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good, bro. That's out of the bag. No, it's all good. I tell everybody with 2 ears.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, Proper, Good PizzZa. We'll be doing some Straight Flame, NorCal's Gardens.
Come on.
Ton of other brands. And I've been.
Can we shout out the homie?
Oh yeah, whoever.
Our cool Gene?
Oh yeah, shout him out.
On the other side?
Yeah, shout him out.
Gino?
Yep.
Yeah, Gino. Gotti's coming on too. You feel me?
Gotti. Shout out Gotti.
Shout out Gotti.
Really, real humble, cool dude.
Yeah, man. Gino, that's my dog, man. Yeah. Good dude. He's a good fella.
And it's been a cool thing. Like right now, I feel so thankful and grateful. My name is what it is on the cultivation front. People would be honored to work with me. So it's a good position to be in.
Oh yeah.
And it's fun because at this point, it's like, who do you want to work with? You don't have to work with anyone.
It's true.
Who do I want to work with?
That's a good place to
work
be.
with cool people and make this
man.
a fun thing. Like this isn't like work like that. So
calling
people, hey, you want me to cultivate or want us to cultivate for you? They're like, what? Yes, like let's ride. I'm like,
Let's go.
So really trying to like work with brands that I think have legs under them because they have a unique individual personality, like yourself.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
And your cousin and the brand. Yeah, no doubt. Like Good PizzZa and all the avenues you could go off of that.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's sick and proper. Really trying to look at weed from a non-biased perspective. Just evaluate it truly what it is. Was this harsh? Was this smooth? Did this taste good? I don't care if it was grown by my cousin or myself.
Bro, they'll give you the business. That's what people don't understand.
Oh
like,
people.
And he'll take it. Like, all right, cool.
And that's how I
try
started.
Something else.
And that's a good thing to bring up too. I started working with Adam and Proper and Paul because of that.
Yeah.
I saw them like evaluating and talking about weed, and then they would be like, hey, this batch was super good, this wasn't. And I was like, interesting. I didn't I wasn't in fear of that. I was interested because I want to be better. And if these guys are telling me like this and this and there, I've dedicated so much to cultivation and consumption though. I smoke every batch I've ever grown, every harvest, everything 24/7. And people are like, oh yeah, it's not like it's, oh yeah, we're getting high. It's like, this is work as much it is like, of course, smoking, kicking back, but it's like you're smoking it and then reflecting on your last 90 days. But anyway, so like, Adam and them evaluating the weed like they do and standing for the things they stand for. That's a unique personality and path.
It's not easy to be in that position, bro.
No, it's not easy. Take a lot of heat. I can imagine.
Bro, a ton of heat, man.
And the people, and it's a tough spot to be, but it needs to be done.
It does.
The industry needs to be aware of how to evaluate weed and like what.
Especially on a connoisseur level, if you're trying to know what's smoking in the community.
Yeah.
Like that's a good fucking compass to be on.
Yeah, and like why it's said that this is good. Why? Let's experience it. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let's smoke side by side. And that's one thing they do is like, let's just smoke it side by side.
Dude, stop
what
tripping.
One's better? It's not. It's like, it's like somebody gave you a well done steak next to like a medium rare Wagyu. They'd be like, what one's more tender? Obviously the Wagyu one. It's nothing crazy. You put two weeds next to each other. Which one's better? This one. It's not.
It's just like back in the day, bro.
It's nothing. No magic. No secrecy.
Exactly.
So
that's dope.
Proper and Gotti, and these individual people, and start working with these brands and making sure that the pheno hunts are going the way they should, and the cultivation is everyone's on top of it, and all these handoffs and steps through the whole supply chain are smooth, and everyone's happy, and this brand can be supported in its own way. So I'm super excited for that. That's what's coming down the pipeline. I'm getting back into like kind of director and getting sheets going and meetings and talking about this and this, and then jumping back into the brand and taking care of blueprint and turning on that sixth gear, and that's when it gets fun.
That's right, bro.
I'm excited I'm super excited for 2023.
Yeah, me too, man.
It's gonna be a fun year. The industry's evolving, and we're gonna have a good time with it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I'm blessed, man. I get to work with some of the best cultivators. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cadre. Shout out to Jordan. Like, fucking, I'm gonna be doing some work with Watson soon. Like, it's so dope, bro. I'm literally living the fucking dream, bro. I'm in a good spot, man. I'm glad I moved to Sacramento, man. Met you guys. Shit.
Dude, it's a Mecca. It's crazy.
Fucking Mecca. I had no idea. Yeah. Picked it out on a fucking map. It looked like it was in the middle of two of my cousins. So
really?
Like, yeah.
Is that how you ended up?
Yeah. I have no fucking cool story. I moved here, yeah.
Yeah, so you
my cousins were in Alameda, Oakland.
Okay.
A cousin in Auburn.
Okay.
I was like, well, Sacramento looks like the middle. Let's do that,
Good choice.
Here we are.
That's
Here
crazy.
We are. Maybe the universe guided me a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows?
There's a little
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's dope, man. We're gonna switch some gears and get into some questions real quick, man. But before that, we're gonna take a quick word from our sponsors. If you like mob shirts and you're into mafia movies, especially the Sopranos series, you should tap into omwerta.com. That's OMWEARTA.com. Get all your mob movie swag, hats, stickers, gabagool, you name it, they got it. Omwerta.com. Promo code Good Pizza with 3 Z's. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tap in with your wallet if you want to support the show. Go to my Patreon. We got a couple different subscriptions available for as low as $5. You're going to get a whole lot of behind-the-scenes action, my crazy Uncle Kev, podcasts that were never dropped before, podcasts that you haven't seen before, and bloopers and behind-the-scenes. You could also win a free sit-down with me and the guests at the podcast. So don't sleep. Tap into Patreon. I appreciate the support. See y'all back on the show. So here's the deal. What should the industry know that you know? Or could you share some stories or debunk some cannabis myths in the cannabis world?
Cannabis myths.
Cannabis mythbusters.
There's so many myths.
Which one comes to mind? Like, which one's like, I'm fucking tired of that one?
I mean, flushing is one.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Flushing's always will still be a fun topic, and who knows the answers to what. But yeah, flushing. It was always like, you gotta flush pure water for the last 2 weeks, dude. Get all the nutrients out.
Yeah.
Myth.
Yeah.
Not that you can't do. Not that that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
You can flush all you want, but you don't have to. And by flushing a bunch of water, you're not removing any, nutrients, fertilizer, minerals from the actual tissue. You could reduce the load in it, but it's still there.
Right.
So yeah, flushing. Blueprint, we don't flush, meaning we don't give plain water to the plants ever.
Do you taper it off? Do you kind of do a little less, or you just fucking keep the party going?
Pretty much keep the party going.
Cool.
Maybe drop a little at the end.
Okay.
Back off on a couple elements, and those 2 elements backing off drops over all EC. So do a little reduction.
Okay.
But
nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. So that's like, and people still are like, no, like,
fucking
yeah,
way.
you're bullshitting, or don't believe you think you're playing, or just like trying to throw them off. I'm like, I'm being dead serious, but whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a myth that was debunked.
I like that one. What are your check boxes for quality cannabis?
Checkbox for quality, texture, like of the feeling of the weed, not on the mouth coat from the smoke, but like feeling it, like if it's spongy or has like a certain firmness to it. And I'm like looking for that on kind of like the cure, whatever, buck down, drying phase. Like, was the moisture kind of at in the stem and in the bud, certain firmness to it. And then like pulling that through, making sure your terps and nose is retained through that dry process. So you're like evaluating that, making sure the nose is still popping.
Yeah.
And then, then it's trimmed up, and now we're like, all right, we're smoking it. And then that's when the final
test begins.
It's when exactly.
That's a good process.
That's the last. So then you smoke it, and then when on the smoke, usually on the first couple hits, it's either like, oh no, or like, or like it starts performing like a quarter of the way through, like, oh, this bad boy's getting warmed up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, which could happen. There's
I feel like the late bloomers a little bit. Day was like that.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe, how fresh it is, and you're thinking of all that. But yeah, ultimately it's the final smoke. It's what people are going to be looking at.
That was a very cultivation to consumption answer. We started on the cultivation side.
Like that.
Can you see that? You see what we did there? I like that. Oh yeah.
Not even me too.
What's your why, man? Why do you do it? What gets you up and fucking going, man? I know you're a father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it was like a beginning and an end. That's pretty relatively fast paced. Like you plant a plant, you harvest it. You plant a plant, you harvest it. It's not. I was working in the ER. It was like my first real job.
Okay.
I worked, and it was just like.
Was it really? I usually ask that question. Your first job.
First job was ER. Like my dad, growing up, my dad's an AC guy, a contractor. I grew up, whatever, up 4:30 on the summers, climbing in attics, running AC ducts.
Oh shit, man.
And I'm, mowing the lawn, doing everything. Like I worked. Like all my friends were playing and stuff. I'm working. Like I worked growing up a lot.
Okay.
So then I was working at the hospital. Yeah, at the time it was the worst thing.
It's terrible. You fucking hate everything.
But now, yeah, so thankful for it. Yeah. You know, he taught me, what tools and how to use the tools and, you know, all this stuff that a lot of homies don't know. I'm like, dude, you never use that? They're like, nope. I'm like, thankful that my dad had me do that because I know how to use that, you know.
And HVAC is great to know when when you're a grower. HVAC, construction, electric.
Yeah, that's your lifelines.
That's your lifelines. Your lifelines. And then irrigation and shit.
For sure. And it's like we'll pump water out of the ground or something. We'll figure that out.
That gets fancy later.
Yeah, running water is like a life essential here, so we're good. So we'll figure that out. But AC
get the pH
like,
right. We Gucci.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Send it. Fuck yeah. Yo, what's your morning routine look like, bro? I know a lot of successful people got a morning routine, or maybe you just wake up, drop the kids off at the pool, and have a cup of coffee. What you got going?
Yeah, man. Usually, I get up, just drink a glass of water. It's like the first thing I do. Walk in the kitchen and smash a glass of water, and then let the dog out, say what's up to the dog, you know, and just start getting ready for the day. And I'll usually take my vitamins or my heartburn medicine.
Okay.
Smoke, and I'm out the door.
Nice. Yeah. Solid.
Roll up.
Solid.
And then it's like
roll up and roll out.
As soon as you open the grow facility doors, it's like everything I was thinking about before, anything in my life, it's outside. I walk through the door, it is all of a sudden
game time.
What's up with room 4? You guys check 4 today? I'm like, is room looking? What's up, irrigation? Everything fire? You know, and it's the day's on.
And you're fucking in
all of a sudden it's, late, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, damn. Been here like 6 hours.
I gotta feed myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, man. I love it, man. I really enjoy this show because, selfishly, because I get to work with a lot of professionals that love what they do, and they're a master in their space. They own the space they operate in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I hear that in you when you talk. You know what I'm saying about your job and what you do. That's dope, man. Not your job, but your career, what you do, your cultivation, consumption, and anything in between. You know. Yeah. Any weird skills you have, bro?
Weird skills.
Cool cheat codes for me in life?
I don't know.
Or any cool life hacks for us?
Like some life hacks, I would just say, have grit. That's a life hack.
It's a good one.
Just don't quit.
Have grit, don't quit.
That's a life hack. It's nothing fancy. Just don't quit.
Yeah.
If you have a mission, set some goals and parameters, hold yourself accountable, and you'll be there. And you're like, wow, should have set a way higher goal.
Yeah.
Should have set a way higher goal.
Yeah.
You'll blow yourself away. Just put a little responsibility and framework.
Yeah.
Have some grit, bear down, and you'll accomplish something you never thought you could accomplish. Like, life is a canvas. Paint the picture you want, and you will live that life. That's the life hack.
You got a good mindset, my friend. Yo, I've learned that if your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. So I make my goals so big now. My mentor taught me, yo, look, just make it to where you might hit it 50%.
Yeah.
Because if you hit it for 50%, you're fucking good.
Killing it.
And if you fuck around and hit it 100%, you just probably the best year of your life. You know what I'm saying? So just shoot high, baby.
Straight up.
And don't beat yourself up. Like you said, have grit and just fucking power through, man.
But on some weird skills, circle back, like in the garden, I say HLV detection, like hop latent viroid or HPLV.
Yeah.
A virus that's been an issue in the grow community.
Crazy. I've seen it.
Like when I worked at the tissue culture company, and people, like looking through TC plants and stuff, I'm like, does HLV? And they're like, no, this has been through so much testing and everything's screened. I'm like, it has HLV. And everyone's like, no, blah, blah. I'm like, I can see it. They're like, in the lab, but I'm like, I can actually see that.
Like with my peepers.
Yeah, and like people can see it and can be shown the signs and symptoms, but detecting it super early and noticing it out of a room, like just walk through. I could smash through a room and be like,
and get it the fuck out of here.
I'm like, nobody see these? And they're like, dude, how you see those? And like, just have a good eye for it.
That's a good one.
It's a weird, like people would always be like, Jordan was here, like go in the rooms, there's just dead plants or like plants all thrown to the side. Like, cause I won't finish it out. I'm like, take care of these. They're like, Jordan was here. So, but it's like, I don't know. So I have like a good skill for that. It's helpful in the garden.
Cause from what I understand, it's not airborne, but you can transfer it to another plant from the snips.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying?
Plant juices, plant fluids. So
Plant fluids, yeah.
pests biting it and then biting another.
Oh, so pests can spread it too. Yep. That's terrible. Ooh, that's worse than I thought.
Root, where you have root-borne, pressure or disease or pathogens and root issues, root mingling, irrigation water. Not sure. They're like looking at the aqueous side of it. But either way, it can be transferred, through people. Yeah. So, cutting this plant and cutting that plant. So it's like in the mom room and with plants, noticing a plant before you cut on it and getting it out immediately, that's your number one defense. Yeah. Like you can have all the cleaning protocol you want. You can have all these, systems in place. These scissors for this mom only. And then change your scalpels here. And you'll limit it. But if you could identify visually immediately,
get the fuck out.
Then it's like, okay, maybe somebody skips a step on some cleaning. We can't guarantee, like, it's hard. When you get at scale on this, it's like everyone, and maybe it's not even intentional. Somebody just forgot. Yeah. And or the cleaning solution was too diluted, whatever. So
yeah.
Visually,
that's a good one, bro.
Look at her.
That's a new one. Yeah. For sure. For sure. If how do you like to consume cannabis? Doinks? Yeah. We only smoke doinks when I see you, so what
like
you smoking on, bro?
Well, like this is some chef.
Nice.
So like something to speak on too, I guess, for education on consumers. If you notice, like we've been smoking and not coughing.
Yeah.
And
that's
how weed should be. Like it should have a ton of flavor. Should be able to take a huge hit, blow it out.
Yep, all good. Your throat isn't on fire. It tasted good. Mouth coating flavor. Yeah, see that fucking dragon hit he just took, man?
Yeah.
Nice and smooth, baby. Nice and smooth. Well, yeah, water's good. Water cools down the throat. Little pro tip for you kids.
What were we saying, though? You said, what are you smoking?
What you smoking on, Chef?
Chef. I forgot what we were talking about.
It's a good one. If you had a weed superpower, what would it be?
Oh, we were saying, whenever I'm going back, what's my favorite way to consume? But I go rogue.
I kind of answered it.
But that's why I want to go back. I'll go rogue. People are like, dude, rogue like what? Like I have like bubblers, bongs, maybe I'll have a dirty bubbler that I smoke out of, or like a hammer pipe that's like not been cleaned, like because like I don't always have time to like sit down and smoke a joint, and I got like family and got to be here and here, so I'm like take a little bowl rip real quick, and I'm not trying to get super ripped, but just a little like a little medication.
Yeah, you know what? Bowl rips remind me of back in the day. Because, I smoke by myself a lot, and I'm definitely smoking a bowl by myself. Yeah. So, like, you get the first hit, and the second hit is really nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then you try to, like, green hit it around the bowl, and I'll pack little bowls and just kind of, like, flavor, hit them. New bowl.
Yeah, bro.
So I'll smoke like that.
That's smart, man. Smoking like a one-hitter kind of. Yeah, smart. Yeah. Pro tips. That's OG shit, bro.
Yeah. Old school hammer pipe.
You feel me? So now we're going to dive into the top 3 strains of all time, Jordan. So we're going to go one old, one new, and one desert island.
Ooh. Okay. One that I can't think I got this. One old would be Sour D.
My fucking God.
If that's considered old. For me, that's old.
It's no right or wrong answer. This is all subjective to
my buddy Richie, his grandpa had the craziest cut, and I'll never forget that. So Sour D for the old school. New school, last 10 years, probably Gelato 41.
Bacio, okay.
Just on cause that flavor, power.
Checks a lot of fucking boxes.
Yeah, and it's like it stuck around and made a name for a reason.
Yeah, it's still around. Kicking ass.
And it's like it holds its own.
Yeah.
So Gelato 41, I think I love a ton of other strains, obviously Skittles and Triple and. I like gassy strains too.
That does bring us to our desert island, bro.
Yeah, the desert island, I would have to go Sour D. I think I'd go Sour D. Sour D or P90. Sour D or P90.
Fuck, man, well, throw me a fucking canoe. Fuck, throw me a lifeline, man. I'll come over to your island, man. I have sour too.
Yeah, weighing out. It's like, I don't know, candy strains or certain strains get old. And I just want something kind of earthy, neutral, good flavor, packs a punch, got a cool high.
Yeah, cool ass high.
Like this is all day weed.
Yeah, bro. The last time I smoked sour, I believe it was with you and some homies, and You know, it wasn't exactly what I grew up on, but the effect was fully there, bro. So I knew it was a sour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dancing around it.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great. If there was a strain you could bring back, what would it be? It's gone, bro. It's not coming back. It's not even like one of your homies might have it.
It's the Perp D.
Perp D.
It was Purple Diesel, which this was the homie who passed, Jordan. Shout out Jordan.
Shout out Jordan.
We went to Harborside in the Bay and got clones for like an outdoor season. It was like our second year growing, and they had a Purple Diesel, and the plant was like 2 inches. It was like this big, and it was like 2 inches tall, and we had like whatever bigger clones, and we're like, dude, you're lame. Like that thing's gonna suck, and it ended up just being the most fire plant ever.
Really?
And we called it the Barney because it was like purple and green.
Yeah.
And that's where Purple Dino, the name came from. Really? Was like, we always had Barney on the list, but I'm like, nowadays I can't call it Barney. We can't market Barney. So we're like, we'll call it Purple Dino. So we pulled that out for the homie.
And it's kind of like an ode to your friend, man. That's dope.
No doubt. And at the time,
love that shit.
Crazy tasting. Like, and
yeah,
it's
I
just drip.
That Purple Dino?
Or no, this Purple D.
Oh, the Purple D that you had back in the day, yeah.
It was just dripping, just like, it was so fire.
Nice.
Yeah,
was it like sour Turps or like a little different?
No, it was like a blend though. It was like a 50-50. It was like some sour, some perps, like super mouth-watering coating. Like we would just take little bowl rips and just little green hits out with that back in the day. It was fire.
Favorite place to smoke? Do you have a favorite place, or just in the garage?
Everyone has the same favorite place, and I think.
What do you think?
I think it's driving.
Driving. I like driving.
Yeah, but I
smoke alone.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to say this. We'll cut this out. We'll cut this out for my insurance.
You feel me?
I gotta keep insurance around here.
You feel me?
So we'll circle back. So my favorite place to smoke. I mean, yeah, like ultimately, I get the garage. That's what I get. So like the garage is cool. Yeah, garage is cool.
When you're a dad, you kind of get kicked out to the fucking garage.
Yeah,
man.
It's a garage living. Got your little setup. Got a little heater. Got my situation.
Yeah,
chilling.
I'm looking to get a detached garage next go around. You feel me?
Speaking my language, yeah. I want to put.
Oh, I know you're a grower, bro.
I want to put a shop at my little garage, attach something that's like okay. At least
my man cave, man.
Yeah, I can put my stuff where I want to put my stuff.
Yeah, that's my shit, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I got one corner of this house. Just don't touch it.
Don't touch it, damn it. What's the first smoking device you ever had to MacGyver? Were you the can guy?
No, because I was like, I'm not smoking out of a can, you know?
You were older and smarter. That's what you get when you start older.
Way smarter. I was like, let's take a plastic bottle. No, like I'm sure
That's
like
better than the can, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We like the one thing that comes to mind that I remember though is, the 5-gallon like water jug, like an Alhambra bottle. We had a lid on it and melted a socket into the lid.
Nice.
And made a gravity bong out of it.
Oh yeah, you did.
And the homie Jordan had a pool, and so we would like just had it in the pool house, and we could like take it to the edge of the pool. And, we'd like slide around the side of the house, and his mom would be on the other side of the house, and we'd run, grab it, put it in the pool, and like take a fat grab bong rip.
Ballsy, bro.
And like
Mom
she knew, but she didn't want to see it. Pretend like it's not happening.
I got you.
We were not doing anything anyway. We'd go play some video games, and we were doing what we're supposed to.
Yeah, no big deal. That's cool, man.
But yeah,
that's
big grab bong.
A lot of people do the grab bongs, man. It's usually a toss up between 4 things. It's usually the can, the fucking little bong you can make out of this, the apple, or the grab bong.
Yeah.
Yeah. If one strain described you, what would it be and why?
Oh no, I have no clue. Probably some type of like haze or something.
Haze, interesting.
Something to make you feel a little crazy, probably.
A little crazy. Okay,
feel like your skin's alive.
I like it. I like it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we covered the first time smoking. What about the first time you got high? Was it the second time?
Yeah, like second or third time, dude. I'll never forget this. Like,
oh boy,
me and a me and my now brother-in-law, it was just me and him. Pretty sure it's just me and him. We drove to a buddy's house who was out of town, and like he lived in the cuts. I was like, yo, nobody's there. Like we could just go to the backyard and like smoke. Like I had nowhere to smoke. I was like, I don't know where to smoke. Like, you know, like I'm like, we'll drive out here. So we like drive out there and we're smoking, and we're just like behind a slider door, and we're just smoking. And I look over, and his cat had just had like a surgery and had a cone on and had its leg like way up over its head, and it's like trying to lick it. It's like sitting there, and I look over and I'm dead. I'm like dying, laughing so hard. Then I'm like we kind of finished smoking. I'm like, we gotta go, dude. Like we got in. Of course, I drive. The road looked like the Star Wars like credit line, like it's like going away from me. I'm like, oh shit. Like, it was hilarious.
That's the best, bro.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Get them little knee slapper laughs when you're shorty smoking. Yeah, that's the best, bro.
Literally dying.
Speaking of having to get the fuck up out of there, you got any crazy gross stories where you just had to like shut it the fuck down and get the fuck out of there? Like shit went left.
Well, the one thing that comes to mind, there's one time, a little situation, place was raided, so that was fun. But I wasn't there, but I dealt with repercussions from it. But something
what happened there, Chief? You got another one.
SMUD, high power bill.
Gotcha.
And then
that'll do it.
Hit the house, and then but everything was fine. It just took years to get through all the legal stuff, and they take everything you have, Yeah, but they just bully you, But the other story that comes to mind though was we had just opened a grow for Connected, and me and Kyle, shout out Kyle, KP Buckets.
Shout out Kyle, man.
Me and him were working the grow, and I was up. The reservoirs were like up with they're like these conical reservoirs, and you mixed above your head, and there was like a unistrut catwalk, and I was like standing up on it with a pipette full of acid.
Oh shit.
And I went to turn, and he stood up behind me and like hit my arm, and it flung my arm out, and I squeezed, and it threw the acid literally straight across his eyeballs, and it hit the first eye, and then this eye was closed in time. And so this top of this eye was burned.
Oh shit.
And like he's like, and we just it was like our second day there. There was not an eye wash station. This is before there's a lot of code stuff.
Before the OSHA shit,
Yeah, and there was no eye wash station. And he's like runs over to the sink, and I'm like getting down off this like catwalk, and I see him like holding his eye with the water going, and I'm like, dude, this is like not gonna cut it. Like looking at what he's doing.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't think this is gonna cut it. Like he's like, it's burning bad, dude. I'm like, get down on the ground, and I hooked up a hose to some water, and I had a watering wand, garden hose, and I peeled his eye open, and I'm just blasting water in his eye, and his head is over a drain, like a French drain on the ground.
Oh my God.
And I'm like doing that, and I'm like, bro, we gotta like go to the hospital. Like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
And I pull out my phone, and Kyle's like, I don't have insurance and shit. I'm like, bro, we gotta, and I pull out my phone, and I'm like, it's on the ground, and I have like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like somehow I'm doing all of this. And I call Caleb, and I'm like, dude, like Kyle's eye, like I got acid in it, and Kyle's like, he's like, go to the hospital. And Kyle's like, I don't have insurance. And Caleb's like, starts laughing. Caleb's like, dude, what? He's like, this guy's going to lose his eye for me? He's like, this is awesome. He's like, get to the hospital, bro. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, right.
And so like I had worked in an ER, so I'm like, we jump in the car, and I like call the ER, and I'm like, hey, I got a guy coming in. It's like an acid burn. I'm like, it's in his eyes. Like,
we can't do the paperwork.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys need to be ready, because I'm going to come in there pretty hot. Like, yo, help this fool out.
Right.
And
coming pretty hot.
Yeah, so we fly into the ER. I'm like, yo,
fuck yeah,
here
man.
he is. Here I am, Kool-Aid man. And they're like, all right. And they hook up a contact lens to his eye that had like a little nipple coming off it. And it was a tube that went to a bag. And they were flushing fluids through the contact through his eye. And it burned his like cornea off.
Oh my god,
And
dude!
he had
What the? Fuck?
he had to have a full eye patch and lay in a dark room for like 14 days because like and repair his eye and like because if the other eye dilates, it'll cause the other eye to dilate and it would like rip it. So they like you had to stay in the lowest, darkest light. Like couldn't take a shower and all this. He went through it.
That's like solitary, bro.
So that was a bad scenario, and so we set up a bunch of protocols ever since that. You know, like we're like only one person in here doing this, goggles if you're mixing that. Like so we take it serious, and there's like certain chemicals you mess with like acid and xylitol. People use like peroxide and stuff. But yeah. So that was gnarly. His eye fully recovered. Arguably, he can see better out of it. Yeah, I feel like he owes me a little bit, but yeah, I swear he can see better. I think when he gets high, like it's like less red. Something.
Really?
It's like
God,
it's like better. So yeah, that was a good one though.
Dog, that was a good one. That was a really good one. Fuck, bro. I never know what's gonna come out of you growers' mouths when I ask that, and it's always raw as fuck. It's usually the first one you said, like yo, the fucking smud came, and like yo, I got to notice, I had to get the fuck out. That's cool, man. If you could smoke with one person, actually two people, one that's still here and one that's no longer with us, who would it be?
Oh man, one that's still here.
It could be like famous or whoever.
Yeah, that's who kind of comes to mind. I think. Probably be, I think Eminem is who I'd sit.
First time.
First time for the Eminem.
First time for M.
There we go, Eminem.
Shout to M. Hell yeah.
It'd be cool to sit down with him.
Did you make him rap?
No, I don't
No?
He would have to, I think.
Yeah, right? Come on, man. Just spit something real
Yeah,
quick.
you can't show up and not rap.
Yeah, you
Dude.
feel me?
What's going on? Like, you the real him? I don't think so. No, yeah, but it'd be cool to like just hear his story, talk to him, and someone who's not here be my homie Jordan,
Dope.
because he'd be right here with me. So
I fuck with that.
no doubt.
What is one of your stoner habits?
Stoner habits. I don't know, dude.
I'm gonna leave the clothes in the dryer, guy, and never turn the dryer on. Do it all the time.
Man, I don't know what. Oh, I know actually. Yes, leave the oven on.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Not the stove, but the oven.
Yeah,
So.
that's a little safer, but
She's
still a little shady.
My girl's like, "Hey, this is." I'm like, "Well, I could have been roasting something for like 12 hours at that temp.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be worried." But I left it on for 30 minutes.
There's nothing in there.
Yeah, but so I'll leave the oven on. I'm cooking dinner, getting high.
It's a tricky one. Oh yeah, when you're
Food's
done
ready.
cooking.
Bah! I'm like,
Yeah,
let's
let's
plate
go.
up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oven's still on.
So you'll cook?
Yeah, I like to cook.
Chef
Or
it up?
I cook like as
Nice,
much
bro.
as possible.
What's your twist? Like, what's your main genre, or do you just like good food?
I like steak.
Okay.
Salted to the max.
Me too.
Just smash it. Like get your grill or whatever you're cooking on hot as possible. And then right before you throw it on, I just salt it like crazy.
Yeah.
Smash.
Okay.
Like that. Like making that rice, shrimp.
You cut it down afterwards?
What's that?
You cut the grill down
No,
afterwards?
I
Or
just,
you fucking-
smash high heat the whole time.
Nice.
And then like obviously if you're like thousands of degrees, like you're gonna have to be working it. But like 600.
You just keep
800.
flipping?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're working on the
getting
grill.
that crust, flip it on all its edges.
Got it.
And make sure you crust out.
I got you. That's cool.
But I like cooking everything. I like making I have like cool pancake recipe, waffle recipe. My mom cooks like crazy.
Nice,
always
man.
baking. My mom, I was so fortunate growing up. That's something I should
Nice.
shout.
Oh, mama was cooking?
Oh,
Nice.
like mad. Like my dad's
4
Cuban,
kids.
black beans and like we didn't have any money growing up really. So it was
Sure.
black beans and rice, red beans and rice,
Yeah.
pork or chicken, like
Sure.
whole chicken. So I still cook a lot of the same ways.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and grew
Oh,
up
yeah.
just like
It's good
cooking,
stuff,
just
bro.
like good food.
That's
yeah.
good stuff. I love Cuban food, bro.
Man, I know. I was thinking for today. I was like, man, we should have. Last night I was gonna text you like, yo, we should have ordered some Cuban food.
We should go to Cuba Libre after.
Yeah, we gotta go eat that.
Real.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. What's the most good pizza you ever gifted somebody, and why? I know you're a grower. So you're very generous with your weed.
Like gifted to someone
Like,
some
just
weird.
gave it to him. Like, here, bro. Here you go.
The most I don't know, probably like ounces.
Ballpark
Or, a few ounces. or
5
something.
ounces.
But I gift out often. I always see people if somebody's
man.
going through something. You can see in your day. You interact with people.
Yeah.
You're at the gas station. You see someone that's like, "You smoke?" They're like, "Yeah." You're like, "Here you go." Like you can see when someone's life's throwing stuff
Definitely,
at them.
bro.
So
I seen an older lady crying at a 7-Eleven once. I did the zzz. I'm like, yo, shorty, you all right? She's like, oh, my son. And I'm like, let me get out the car. I pulled out the bag, like, yo, what you smoke? Well, here, let me fix your day up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's what's up.
Fuck, dude, you were freaking me out, girl.
Goes a long way, though.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. It's always at a gas station or a convenience store.
It's usually, that's where you like it.
Where can I find a good pizza joint around here that I could actually eat pizza?
So, James, but it's not.
Oh, James. Shout out to All About the Dough.
All About the Dough, but he's not a brick and mortar.
It's a private party.
Yep. He can come through your house, whip it up. And then Benji's.
Mm-hmm.
Benji's is getting a brick and mortar right now.
I hear good things, Benji. Oh, that's great news.
Yeah, I think they revealed it on the New Year, like their brick and mortar. So he's like usually at bars though, but that pizza's off the hook. I used to like Pizza Rock, but that place shut down.
Me too.
Downtown. Okay, I was gonna ask you.
They didn't survive the pandemic.
I know.
My neighbor put me onto them right before, and I fucked with them, bro.
Dude, it made me so sad. I was like, because I think during the pandemic too, they were like, no takeout, like we're not doing pickup pizza. I was like, and then they closed.
Yeah,
you know, but their pizza was smacking.
And rumor has it that that's one of the owners of Anonimo.
Really?
A couple of the pizzerias that shut down, they all banded together and opened up that joint, and that was supposedly one of them.
Yeah, because they're like,
I might have to fact check that.
Their Neapolitan and stuff was, and one of their other pizzas was super fire at Pizza Rock.
Yeah, they were right in Doco, right?
Yeah, they're on like K Street.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. If your brand was a band, what would it be?
My brand was a band.
If you could pick multiple bands.
Oh man, I would say.
You want to know mine?
What's that? Let's hear it.
Metallica, Wu-Tang, Frank Sinatra.
Okay. Damn. All the worlds. In the underworld, the overworld.
You feel me?
I would say a little bit of mariachi band.
Okay.
Because when the word band is said, I immediately think mariachi band.
I like it.
But I like that. It's full of energy. Like you can't not smile when mariachi band's around going hard.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it's a good time.
They fuck around.
Yeah. I said mariachi band. Yeah. Some type of orchestra, like very precise.
Okay.
Elegant movement, but powerful.
I like it.
And then
it's a new one.
There we go. And then maybe Eminem's not a band, but just Eminem.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I fuck with those three.
Or like for the other partners on the squad, Tom and Joe, like they would say, like West Coast rappers, no doubt, are like embodied in.
Hey, no right or wrong answer.
Embodied in some BP.
Answer. That's what's up, man. So now it's time on every show where you got to shout out your plug. Don't got to say his real name. Leave out his government name. What your favorite plug from back in the day, man? Shout him out.
Favorite plug from back in the day? Man, it was Jordan. So, the homie Jordan.
Hell yeah.
So but I think he got it from this dude, Matt.
Okay.
But we were always growing. I started smoking and I started growing immediately.
So you were an instant plug.
Yeah, I was like, we're good.
Shout out to you. That's what's up, man. So I normally say get him something on June 16th. That's National Plug Day. I'm trying to get this popping.
Okay.
But he's no longer here with us, so just maybe do something in his memory.
There you go.
You know? What's the best advice somebody ever gave you, and maybe shout out a mentor that had a huge impact on your life?
Yeah, I mean, easy, my dad, so shout out Dad, Carlos. He taught me too much, There's still stuff I'm learning.
That's dope, bro. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, so fortunate for that. Not everyone Not everyone gets that, and
man. We all grew up with friends with no fathers, man. It's tough, bro.
It's a real
you see how that affects people, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Straight up.
That's dope, bro. Are you into psychedelics at all?
I mean, yeah. I don't
Did you ever go nuts and just fucking crazy story, wild tripping story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hit me.
Well, just like acid and taking LSD and hiking through this mountain and it's just it's crazy, you know, looking back. But whatever. Yeah, nothing crazy. I've taken acid a few times. Definitely like experienced it. You know, the first times was so fast paced. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And you take it, and you're like, all right.
Now you know what to expect.
Chilling,
that was a quick 12 hours.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But nothing crazy. I was hiking. Like everyone had poison oak and like was freaking out and like.
Oh, stop playing.
We,
While
like-
you was tripping, got the poison.
Yeah,
oak?
and like everyone, and I'm like kind of looking at everyone. Like everyone's like scratching and shit. I'm like, oh, dude, what? And
They're all infected.
We had like weed, but we didn't have a lighter. And these people rolled up on us and were like, hey, do you have a lighter? And I looked at them and they looked like the skeletons, like off of Mario. Like the original Mario, like their just face was sunk in like a traditional skeleton look, and I think they were like looking back, they were like likely on, you know, not the best drugs, yeah. And like I looked at them and I was like so spooked, and everyone had poison oak, and these guys, I'm like, dude, I was sweating. I was
It's a
like,
bad scene, bro.
yeah, it was bad, but nothing crazy again. Whatever, I didn't go down a huge rabbit hole. I've taken shrooms and whatever. Yeah, I'll eat shrooms and microdose.
Yeah. I like the micros. That's my sweet spot these days. You feel me?
Yeah, they're cool.
They are cool. So we're going to get into some rapid fire questions. Now, these are one word question answers.
All right.
Did I say that right? One answer question.
one word answers. All
One
right.
word answers to the questions. Okay? You ready?
Yep.
Do you like smoking the hot or the cold?
Cold.
LED or HPS?
HPS.
Living soil or cocoa?
Cocoa.
Joints or blunts?
Joints.
Bongs or bowls?
Bongs.
Cold start or hot start?
Hot start.
Rig or Puffco?
Rig.
Chef or Lindy?
Chef.
Piper or Answer?
Ooh. Answer.
Purple Dino or Star Dog 41?
Purple Dino.
I would have went with those answers. Maybe
Pretty
for
close?
Lindy? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe,
got Lindy?
maybe like the ZaLympix batch of Lindy. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Sorry.
That's what I'm like. I'm on chef.
Yeah, I go telling you one.
You're like, you know what?
fucking side
On the
dialogue.
answer sheet over
Okay.
here.
Stay focused. Street smarts or book smarts?
Street smarts.
Beavis or Butthead?
I didn't even know. Beavis.
Ren or Stimpy?
Ren.
You was ready for that one. SpongeBob or Patrick?
SpongeBob.
Batman or Superman?
Batman. All day.
All day.
All day.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Regular doinks or hash holes?
Regular doinks.
GTA or Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Pass that shit or I'm smoking this to the face?
Smoking it to the face.
Football, baseball?
Football.
80s or 90s?
Well, I was born in 89, so 90s.
NorCal or SoCal?
NorCal.
Sacramento or the Bay?
Sac.
Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
My man. It's been a while since somebody said that, bro. Fuck.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude.
They've been
Pizza,
coming for me.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm honestly like jumping
Okay.
to pizza. Like breakfast
Pizza
pizza
junkie, I
needs
like
to
it.
be a thing. Like
Yeah, man.
breakfast pizza.
We're
Come
gonna
on.
spread the word.
Like, just have a
There's
little
nothing wrong
shop.
with pizza for breakfast.
Dude, a little shop thing pull through. Get cold pizza
bro.
or fresh pizza.
It's healthier than cereal.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
all
Don't say
day,
it.
dude.
Beach or snow?
Oh, Snow.
The Wire or The Sopranos?
Sopranos.
You got the
Old
only two
roommate Cherokee,
questions.
he's gonna be hurt. He's a huge Wire fan. But
Nah, you answered the only two questions that mattered on this. On this
Pizza and
yeah,
Sopranos?
Yeah, that's how it tests people. See if they really fuck with me or not. No, I'm just playing. Automatic or revolver?
automatic.
Shot of 151 or hot dab?
It's hot dab, I guess. I take shots, but I'll take a shot of 151. Ooh,
Ugh.
151 rum. Pineapple
Both
juice,
of those would be
Malibu.
a crazy combo. Dirt bike or four wheeler?
Dirt bike.
Gelato Runs Turps or OG Gas?
OG gas.
Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Wu-Tang or Death Row?
Wu Tang.
I like your answers, sir.
Not too much. Too
You
many
survived
Wu-Tang
rapid
socks.
fire on Good Pizza.
There we go.
That's good shit. Okay.
The floor just goes out from under me.
No.
Just bad egg.
No, this ain't fucking what you call it? Squid Games. What's called Squid Games?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been trying to think of what that was called because
Can
there's
you
like a new
believe-
one on.
Can you believe that was a fucking show that kids could watch, bro? I feel like my kids seen that shit before I did, bro. That shit was wild.
Yeah.
Whew, Jesus.
Listed.
So before we dip up out of here, man, I like to share with people like, how did we meet, man? How did we meet? And who do you know that I should know? How the hell did we meet? Who did we meet through? I met you through Proper Doinks.
Met you through Proper and like Mondo, BTY.
Yep. Shout out Mondo. Shout out Triple Lindy,
Yep.
BTY.
Yeah, shout out Mondo, man.
And then who do you know that I should know? Who should I get on the show, bro?
Man, I was thinking Tim, Bobby Bags, and I ran into him. I was like, yo, I'm going to say, because I'm like, I know
It's a good
Good
answer.
Pizza does. And he's like, I'm going to be on it. I'm like, I don't know who to say. Then I didn't even think about it ever since.
No. He told me that on the way out. I was like, no, that's good, man. Funny, as legend has it, or as luck would have it, he'll be on here next week.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I had no clue.
So Bobby Bags coming up next.
Yep. So, yeah.
Bobby Bags coming up next.
Wrong camera.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, how can we help your mission, man? How can I reach into my network and help you out?
Ah, man, I think the best thing you could do for me is keep doing what you're doing, bringing education, bringing your brand to the market, bringing that style and pizzazz, that good pizza.
I can do that, my friend.
That's good.
That I
That's
can do.
no doubt, and that's what you're gonna do. So
It's a beautiful thing.
That's it. I think I'm all about lifting this community. A lot of things I say are about trying to push this community forward. When growers are getting soft about things, it's like, no, don't get up in your feels. Like it's our duty to do the best we can. And if you're caught up thinking you're the best and you're not, we all need to do better. And if you get better, I'll get better. And if I get better, we get better.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
So if we all just keep pushing this
that.
same mission, like we're just gonna it's on us to direct this market and educate these people or educate the consumer and keep everything in the light so they know what's going on. So
That's a fact, bro.
that's it.
Right, bro. Damn right. How can people find you? What's your Instagram handles?
Instagram for me, cultivation _2_consumption smoking. So cultivation to consumption, and then blueprint 1_ California. We don't have another IG. There's tons of fakes out there. You can't stop them. They're not shadow banned. We're shadow banned. Thank you, IG. It's awesome. So yeah, blueprint _ California.
That's what's up, brother. Well, shit. Thanks for coming out and vibing out. This is a great episode. I know y'all got some good game out of this episode, man. Thanks for hooking up. Hit the website for the merch. We got the papers. We got the Skellies dropping. Hit the website. Hit the Patreon. Subscribe to your Big Cool Gene. Help me out. You feel me? We'll see y'all next time, man. Peace, love, good pizza. We up out of here.